Alright, all you beautiful sons of bitches, we are live back once again to tackle this fucking stupid ass bullshit about Telltale's Walking Dead. John, are you ready for this or what, man?
Oh yeah. Can't wait to see what else is racist. I can't wait to hear more about Black Professor Lee and his black zombie hunting while he
yeah.
Because everything that Lee does is apparently the black thing of that.
Yeah.
according to this person. This isn't us saying this. Yeah. I know everybody says that we're racist, but it's this creator.
Yeah. And we got Jacob back here saying, "What are we doing?" Well, Jacob, I just said it. If you missed it, well, that's your fault. But either way, we're back at this fucking bullshit Walking Dead panel. Here we go, folks.
Representations of children in video games from 2009 to 2019 shows these trends through a study of 506 commercially successful and critically acclaimed games.
Who has time to study over 506 games and see how the kids are fucking portrayed in? Like, goddamn, man. What a waste of fucking time. It's like this, and this is taxpayer money being wasted on this shit too, by the way. So,
not wasted. How dare you?
Oh my god.
From this period to show dominant trends in representations of children, here meaning below 14 years of age, and including non or quasi-human children,
Jacob.
because children are often associated with animals and toys, and without that, the figure would be even lower. Of these games, 65% did not include a single child character. 19% contained a significant child character, but less than 9% actually had child avatars, as in you could only play as a child in less than 9% of these games. In a significant amount of these games, a playable child was not a character in their own right, but a version of an overpowered adult protagonist in a flashback scene, usually
like Kid
showing
Goku in the Dragon Ball games.
Yeah, pretty much. Jacob says, also, I saw and respond to the Angel Reese and Madison Beer question. Yeah, pretty
I told
much.
Him about it, Jacob. Jacob is the one that informed me that there was a response.
Oh my god, Ant is just a fucking cuck, man, I tell ya.
I don't want to insult any women, so I'm just gonna call them all beautiful.
Yeah. We got
what do you think about J.K. Rowling and Gina Carano, Ant? Do you think they're beautiful?
Yeah. We got Roman Scott saying, "Who are you? I'm the backseater, bitch. What about you?"
Wow,
anyway.
You just called that person a bitch. That was mean, backseater.
Well, Roman's out here having fucking TDS fucking freak attacks, so he is a bitch. I'm sorry, Roman. I don't know what to tell ya.
some kind of trauma occurring to a now invincible.
Yes, Jacob. Ant has a muscle mommy fetish, yeah, and a commie mommy fetish, yeah. Anyway.
Adult as a vulnerable child.
No, actually, he doesn't like Shoe on Head, and her nickname is the Commie Mommy. Because he said she's a gateway to the alt-right pipeline.
Roman is like, shut up, man! Like, no, Roman, I'm not gonna shut up, no.
See if Roman agrees with this. The reason that Ant said that she was, even though she's super liberal, he was like, she's a gateway to the alt-right pipeline because she said she doesn't feel safe around liberals after they were all celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. She's like, I may disagree with them more, but I feel a lot safer around the conservatives.
Yeah. What do you think, Roman? How about that? Do you feel safer around conservatives? Anyway.
Feel for them, perhaps even to justify the violence that they, and you as the player, commit against others as an adult. If the child is a hero in their own right, it usually needs to be explained why they're not like other children. Ironically, most representations of children appear in games with age ratings.
Most games involve like action and violence, so yeah, you are going to have to explain that because most children are not like running around killing things and like able to beat adults at anything. So if you have one that is, you have to explain why they're different.
Yeah, kinda, yeah. Also, Roman's like, I don't know. Roman, it's a yes or no question, okay? Just answer yes or no, man.
Of at least 16 plus. In some games, as per the
Truce.
gadification of games, children serve to humanize a hypermasculine, usually white
Oh, jeez. Roman says no. Man, Roman, I was right. You are a bitch, man. Come on.
hero.
He's
Specifically,
watched too
Ray
much
argues
BBCs
the player
in
is
the UK.
Yeah. What is this? The child in games, representation of children in video games. Oh my god.
conditioned to behave in a more socially responsible and more emotionally vulnerable way as a result of characters like Ellie, Atreus, and Alice, who communicate through dialogue, body language, and impressively realistic motion capture facial expressions, the extent to which the player's interactions affect their well-being and their worldviews. In fact, Detroit Become Human is explicitly about the humanizing potential of adult-child relationships.
What, John? What's oh no?
She just mentioned Detroit Become Human, so
Oh,
I instinctively
no.
say, oh no.
Roman says Battlefield 6, best game ever. No, it isn't, Roman. No, it isn't.
I
close.
haven't played the single player yet, but I would give it a very average score. I mean, it's not great, it's not terrible. It's just like a pretty decent Battlefield game.
Yeah. Roman says Star Wars Theory is shit. Roman, you ain't fooling us when you say shit like that. We know you a fucking fake. Come on, man.
But
Don't
I do
fool
agree.
us. Yeah, I agree with what you say right here, but no, Roman, you ain't fooling us with this crap, man. Get out of here.
With a non-human android guardian becoming
He
human
probably
through her
thinks Star
performance.
Wars Theory is like fucking Republican and shit, or like
Yeah.
he's like hateful or something.
Yeah, that must be why Roman thinks Star Wars Theory is shit, because he thinks Theory's Republican, which he
Well,
really isn't.
Because everybody like both sides got mad at him because Theory didn't want to be mean to anybody, so whenever he was on with like Ryan and Mahler, they were like, he's on with hateful people. Ooh. And then he like went after Alex and Molly, and they were like, he's going after an innocent person who just tried to deplatform everybody.
Yeah. Roman says China Sabers. Again, Roman, you ain't fooling us. We know you faking this crap. We know you
don't
perform-
Don't worry, Roman. I put a stop to that. I put tariffs on his stupid China sabers. You should be saying thank you, Trump, for stopping the China sabers.
Yeah. Jacob says Theory would be a libertarian. I don't know, John, what do you think? Would Theory
I
be a
think now-
libertarian?
Yeah, I think now that he's rich, he would be. 'Cause that's how
Yeah.
it usually goes, like, once you make money, you become more conservative and shit, because you're like, oh, I don't want everybody taking my money.
Yeah.
Of maternal care and protection of the human child, Alice. Part of what's interesting about this is, as we've alluded to
Alright, now Roman says yes. I don't know why. Anyway.
before, that often in doing so, these games approve irrational, feminized playstyles, less focused on power, control, or unemotional rationality, optimal resource management, and so on. Additionally, a child
Wait,
character
are you
might
calling
justify
women irrational? She's like, they're feminized, so now they're focused on irrational shit.
What?
Like, I wouldn't say that. That sounds pretty sexist to me.
What?
I'd say
I
they're
don't
more emotional, but not irrational. That's weird.
Yeah. Oh my god, what the fuck? Josh had a meltdown with Melvin. Josh is a weird. Yeah, like how you're having a meltdown in my chat, Roman. How about that?
Joshy boy.
Yeah.
explain your avatar's limits, because of course children are weak and powerless, or provide a blank slate to upgrade them from, creating seamless tutorials. They might also symbolize a non-violent playstyle or juxtapose the brutality of the game
Oh
world.
god,
In
this
turn, a
fucking
game might
kid.
You know,
exclude
Deus
children
Ex, which had a male protagonist, had a trophy for going through without killing anybody. So did Dishonored, which had a male protagonist. So non-violent shit can be in any gender.
And they were adults too, yeah.
Yeah.
Roman says, do you have mental health problems? I think you're born with mental problems in your brain. Yes, and I'm loving every second of it, Roman. What's your point?
or limit
Roman,
what you
didn't
can
you
do
say
to
you had a mental problem in my stream?
Yeah,
Isn't
Roman.
that kind of
did-
hypocritical?
Yeah, Roman, yeah.
children because of their moral
He's probably gonna say shit like, well, I've learned to overcome it, or some bullshit.
I like how every retarded person becomes Ant in your head. And they just instantly get the Ant voice.
Yeah.
significance. Meanwhile, an NPC killing a child could be an expression of their moral depravity. Ray summarizes aptly, the fact that child characters simply do not exist in the majority of video games reflects children's exclusion from social, public, and professional spheres in contemporary Anglo-American society. The specific lack of playable child characters.
Like talking like this. You have to be a miserable person. Contemplative Anglo-American society. Oh, I'm playing the fucking Walking Dead game. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, fucking Christ.
What does
speaks
this
to the
mean?
idea.
What does it, what did Telltale Games mean by this? Roman says, what are you watching? Oh, Roman, this piece of shit Walking Dead essay. Watch the previous 2 parts to get caught up. Yeah, Jacob says, this is what Marxism does to people. Yeah, pretty much.
The child as object rather than subject, or as symbol rather than agent. Other than being a disempowered object or symbol rather than an agent, who is the child according to games? Most of these games depicted white male children
child.
between
I feel like
6
that's an actual character name in the one game. Oh, is it Mass Effect 3? Whenever you're talking, I think the subtitle is just
The
like
Star Child.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Roman, you shouldn't fucking use Disney Plus. Holy shit, cancel Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, he said Star Wars is not dead too.
Oh my god, Roman, get out of here. You're a fake fan.
He's got hopium.
Roman, stop huffing the hopium. Get out. Take the red pill.
Well, it would be more of a black pill, I think, but where you're hopeless about it at this point. But
yeah,
I even gave him my conditions last stream. I'm like, you know what? I'm willing to be reasonable here. I'm going to say if Disney fired all their current leadership and all the retarded employees, they came out with a statement to apologize. They erased their entire canon and restored the other one, the original one, the true one. And what was the other thing? Oh, yeah, like Bob Iger and Kathleen Kennedy have to personally apologize for demonizing fans and leave. And then maybe I'd give them a chance with all that.
Yeah.
Roman ain't gonna happen.
Walking Dead games look shit. Well, fuck you, Roman. Well, anyway.
Not the Telltale one. The Telltale one won fucking Game of the Year.
Yeah.
And 11 years old, with playable characters mostly being male, while non-male children served some kind of support role, usually being a damsel in distress.
What is that? Did you notice how she just phrased that? Non-male children, like just say girls.
Say women, girls. Yeah.
It's like what a weird. It's because they want to account for all the other genders that they think exist.
Yeah. Jacob says Filoni needs to go. That he does.
That's part of the leadership that I would say they all need to get fired. Pablo Hidalgo, Filoni, Kennedy, every fucking one of them. Just get rid of them.
Yeah.
Leader, a sidekick, a trophy, or a caretaker. The kicker is that non- and quasi-human children are more likely to...
I don't know, Roman, to tell you what, I'll get a life when you cancel your Disney Plus subscription. How about that?
Why do people always come into other people's live streams to argue and spend hours of their day being miserable and then tell other people to get a life? This happened with what's-his-face, Big Baby.
Yeah, Big Baby.
He's always like, I have a much better life than you. I'm like, you're spending your whole life arguing with people that hate you.
Yeah. Roman is wasting his weekend by arguing with us in our live chat. Yeah. And hell, Melissa, Filoni jabroni. Hell yeah.
In these
you can't say that.
Yeah, she can, and she just did.
Than racialized children, which is...
You are toxic. Oh my god, Big Baby, is that you? You're toxic.
I'm toxic. You're toxic.
Melissa says, even all that isn't good enough. Oh, yeah. Oh, Melissa wants to go even further. Oh, shit.
My policy was basically like scorched earth. They have to destroy everything they've ever made and fire everybody. And that still wasn't... Like, I was being generous, it turns out.
Yeah, Jacob says, make a proper sequel trilogy with the original 3 together. Jacob, I wouldn't even really say that because personally what I would do... I already laid out what my plan would be on the creating new stuff side, but what I'd also do is that I just create adaptations of the EU books, stories, and games and whatnot. just as a sort of way to like help other people get caught up to speed, more or less. But that's just what I do. Melissa says Disney needs to go away forever. Yeah, pretty much, Melissa. And Roman says you are bleep clown. I don't give a shit, Roman.
Fucking clown, bro.
Oh my god, Roman, you are hashtag unhinged.
Hashtag triggered.
Yeah.
Hashtag triggered, yeah.
Season 2 of Telltale's The Walking Dead is a stark exception
the
in
worst
this
one.
landscape.
Oh, wait,
Clementine
second
Sorry, what, John?
I just said it's either the worst or the second worst. She said
Yeah,
season
I'd
2.
say it's the worst. I think, yeah. This screenshot of Clem right here. This is from the first episode of season 2. I think that's the worst episode in the entire Telltale Walking Dead series. Yeah. Melissa says Disney needs to become a tab on someone else's streamer. What? Sorry, Melissa, I don't get it.
Like you know, there's categories on streaming services, like the little tabs at the top. So
Yeah.
she's saying like you would select like you know Fox, Disney,
Oh.
blah blah blah, because they have like
Right,
their
yeah.
legacy movies or whatever people might want to watch, like the old ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Romanel says you masturbate when you're watching Ryan. I don't even watch Ryan all that much. The hell are you talking about?
I think Roman is doing a little projection here because I've never heard anybody talk about masturbating to Ryan's freakishly large forehead before.
Yeah, projection.
That's
yeah.
a weird thing to bring up out of nowhere, Roman. I don't know why
Yeah.
you would randomly talk about that.
Oh,
Understandably looks like she's aged a decade in the mere 2 years that have passed since the first season.
no, she doesn't. What are you talking about? She looks
mostly the same there. What?
yeah, she looks mostly the same, but just a little bit older. The fuck you talking about?
But in fact, she is still only 11 years old. You wouldn't think so, based on the way she's treated.
I
Oh,
would
based
like.
on the way she's treated. What's
Yeah,
the
like you wouldn't think
apocalypse?
so
You're not
based
gonna
on the way
treat
she
kids
looks. Like, yeah, she does. She looks fucking 11 here. What are you talking about, lady?
Yeah, like she's saying like, oh, she's not treated like an 11-year-old. It's like, well, yeah, she's not. In the apocalypse, you're not going to treat an 11-year-old the same as you do now. Like, you're not going to be able to baby and coddle them. You got to be like, hey, especially one that you don't know or don't have any attachment to, because she's mostly meeting strangers other than Kenny in that season. So they're just going to be like, well, kid, you know what? Fucking either pushing you on the bike. They're like, learn how to ride or fall off. Bye.
Yeah. No training wheels too. Yeah. Melissa says meaning get bought out and everyone is fired. Yeah, Melissa, I got that. Yeah. Oh, Roman says George Lucas was friends with Dave. Don't care. Dave Filoni is one of the reasons Star Wars is crap. He needs to go.
Dave's a snake. He snuck shit in after the edit. He admitted it himself.
Yeah. He was George Lucas was also friends with Kathleen Kennedy, yet she also needs to go. So yeah. Sorry, Roman. We're not keeping them around just because they were friends with George. That's not a good requirement enough anymore.
I would be friends with someone too if they gave me $4 billion.
Yeah.
Or maybe you would, because she's brown. In our world...
Oh my god, what the fuck?
This person's like the most racist person ever, and they keep acting like other people are more so. She's like, maybe you treat them differently because they're brown. I'm like, I wasn't even thinking of her as brown. What the fuck?
Oh my god, yeah. Fucking Christ. Seriously, like, where did all this woman sees is fucking race, man. Holy shit.
Actually,
see the
this
adult-
is relevant because in my chat earlier, I said I didn't like Obama, and he's like, "You're a racist." I'm like, I didn't even mention his fucking race. I just said I didn't like him as a president. You immediately
Yeah,
jumped
cry
to
about it,
racism.
Roman. Oh my god, anyway.
Identification of racialized children in various ways. The way unarmed
Black children are 6 times more likely to be shot to death by police.
Well, that's because they have gangster parents. Like, I don't know what to tell you, lady.
Yeah. How about Apple can make good shit? I don't fucking care, Roman. We'll see when they get their hands on Star Wars.
black boys are shot dead by armored cops who claim to see them as threatening adult men. The way racialized children of the global south and poor children of color of the global north are forced into
In the world's poorest countries, slightly more than 1 in 5 children are engaged in child labor. Well, no shit, because
Yeah.
they're poor
Yeah,
countries,
they need the
Dan.
kids to work. You know, kids used to work here in the U.S. when everybody had less abundance.
Yeah. Yeah, Roman says she's racist. Oh, so like how John is racist for not liking Obama? Huh?
She's doing what you did, Roman. She's taking,
Yeah,
like, if you don't like someone and they happen to be black, then it must be because they're black.
Yeah, Roman, yeah.
Dangerous labor conditions, while middle-class white kids play behind picket fences. The way Palestinians...
How dare those white kids' parents have more pay?
Yeah, and why are there so many Palestinian children in Israeli prisons? Oh, God. Also, hey, Dave. Dave, now we're getting into, like, the really stupid bits now. Fucking Christ.
Dave, we believe we found the most racist woman on YouTube, possibly.
Yeah, Dave, let me go back a little bit so you can see this shit here. Hang on.
Yeah. Season...
So Dave, if you don't know, we're now out of, like, the one section that you were in last time. Now we're in like, the adultification of Clementine, who's, you know, the main character of the series here. And basically, so, like, get a load of this fucking shit here.
2 of Telltale's The Walking Dead is a stark exception in this landscape.
Backseat, you might still be getting set up. I don't know if you can hear us yet.
Dave, can you hear us?
I can hear you guys. I was making
right.
sure I didn't have many of my extra stuff in the background.
I was just making sure because I didn't want him to have to repeat himself.
You might want to sit closer to the camera, Dave. You're like really zoomed out.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to mess with it because my ring light broke, so I'm just using my regular room light, so I had to reset everything up.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, get a load of this crap.
Looks like she's aged a decade in the mere 2 years that have passed since the first season, but in fact she is still only 11 years old. You wouldn't think so, based on the way she's treated.
Does she look 11 or 21 to you in this?
Yeah, hang on, Dave. Let me go back. Dave, does this look like an 11-year-old girl or a 21-year-old girl?
Definitely like 11.
Yeah, exactly. Yet she thinks that she looks older because she's brown. Oh my god.
First of all, it looks like a white girl. Now let me see, like.
Whoa, you're racist, Dave. You can't say
that.
I mean, she
has white girl features, but I don't know. Whatever, you know, it's all different.
No,
well, all right. Well,
because in the previous part, she had a whole fucking section on the argument over Clementine's heritage because she sort of does look like white, and then she's like, it turns out in the story, she's like, what, half Asian, half black, right?
According to the wiki, she's half African American, half Asian. But Dave, you missed this part last time. But yeah, it's not necessarily a debate in the Walking Dead community, but more so just like a source of confusion. Because depending on who you ask, like, you get conflicting answers by Telltale staff. Like, some say she's Asian, some say she's black, some say she's half black, half Asian. But I just say she's half black, half Asian because that's what the wiki says. But yeah, it definitely is a source of confusion, at least. Yeah.
Anyway. Every time you say half black, I think of that. There was like a sketch where the Aflac duck, you know, the Gilbert Godfrey one.
Aflac, yeah.
She has a skit on YouTube where it would be like half black.
But she has white features though, so like
yeah, she's got like
white to me.
Yeah, more kind of narrow kind of face and like and like smaller lips and stuff. Yeah, I see what you mean, kind of.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm confused. Like, I don't understand that part.
I think the game just doesn't have incredibly detailed graphics, so it probably makes for some confusion on this anyway. But like,
yeah,
this chick was like, why can't people just accept that she's black? And I think it's funny that Dave came in and immediately didn't even think that she was black. She'd call you racist, probably.
And so you were saying that she said that she looks older. Like, is that supposed to be like she's saying there's a bias, but with making black characters look older or something?
You got it. While treating them not like children, essentially. Like,
basically, because Clementine ain't white, she's treated as like less of a kid compared to other white kid characters. Yeah,
no, that's all video games and movies do that. Like Ben 10, they have him killing aliens. Like he would obviously, you know, so no one wants to look at it. But even so, that's the same in the black community. Like if a white kid goes around in a black neighborhood, they're gonna be like, "Whose kid is that?" You know, they're gonna not know what he's here for, and thus treat them like a possible danger.
Oh, Dave, wait until later on. Hold up, wait until this.
In the mere 2 years that have passed since the first season, but in fact, she is still only 11 years old. You wouldn't think so, based on the way she's treated. Or maybe you would, because she's brown. In our world, we see the adultification of racialized children in various ways. The way on
Look at this, Dave. Black children are 6 times more likely to be shot to death by police.
Well, are we 6 times more likely to shoot at police?
Ooh,
yeah. How about that? How about that, lady? Yeah.
I just like what
Black.
she said there about, like, you know, to keep in mind, Dave, I forget from last time, or from one of the previous times, did you play the Walking Dead game, this Telltale game?
Nah, but I know about it.
Yeah, so you know it's like post-apocalypse, and this lady's like, oh, they're not treating her like an 11-year-old, and I'm just like, well, yeah, she's not gonna be treated like a typical 11-year-old when we're in a post-apocalyptic world.
Have you been to Afghanistan? Go look that up, how they treat 11-year-olds.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she also brings that up. Hang on.
boys are shot dead by armored cops who claim to see them as threatening adult men. The way racialized children of the global south and poor children of color of the global north are forced
In the world's poorest country, slightly more than 1 in 5 children are engaged in child labor.
I'm honestly surprised it's that low in the world's poorest country, to be honest.
So wait,
Yeah.
so I'm assuming North Korea is not on the list, or are they talking about North Korea because we don't even get stats from them?
I don't know.
I can imagine there's probably worse child things going on there.
Oh, earlier today I saw something about somebody mentioned, they were like, oh, how terrible Trump is because this whole no kings thing, and then somebody was like, well, you know, North Korea's worse, and they're like, well, North Korea didn't start any wars recently. I'm like,
That's
what the
crazy.
fuck?
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
What the fuck?
What the hell?
That's how far the derangement has gone. They're like, he's
I
literally worse
literally-
than Kim Jong-un. Ah.
Bro, I think about this like every other day. Like if I could like help the people of North Korea, that fucks me up so bad because I grew up in foster care, knowing what it's like for random people you don't know to control your life. Which in my case, it wasn't the worst ever, but in their case, it's real bad. I don't like that shit, bro.
Yeah, they're starving.
Yeah. Anyway.
into dangerous labor conditions, while middle-class white kids play behind picket fences. The way Palestinian
And guilt
boys
tripping the
fill
kids.
Israeli
Yeah, and also, why are there so many Palestinian children in Israeli prisons?
Well, again, I go back. Are Palestinian children shooting guns and doing warlike activities? I mean, that's
Unfortunately, Hamas fucking muddies the water on that all the time, and like basically like straps their kids up and hides behind their kids while they're shooting at people. Like basically, what a lot of people don't understand is that Hamas wants as many Palestinians to die as possible because they can't win militarily, so they have to try and win by PR.
Yeah. Hang on, let me catch up in chat. Jacob says, so she white passing? Yeah, Clementine kind of is white passing, yeah.
I would
And
say
we got-
so.
Anyways, Roman says, Star Wars Meg is a Disney shill. So are you, Roman. And Jacob says, this person would never have kids. That is correct, Jacob. Anyway.
Oh,
prisons.
guys,
The
funny
way
story
six-
from in real life. I go to people's houses for my work. You know, I do 5 or 6 visits a day, sometimes to different homes. 2 times in one day, I found some retarded liberal sign in their yard where one was like, no human being is illegal. The other one was like a rainbow thing of like, democracy over fascism, no humans illegal. We believe in science, you know, all the shit. And both of them were single, older, colored hair, obese women.
So yeah, I don't even know if these women like that know that, and I guess some dudes too. But basically, that's all because they're single and they have to rely on the government. So it makes sense that you're like, yeah, rich people take care of me.
It was
But
just
nah,
the
fuck
most,
that.
well, it was just like the most stereotypical like liberal woman you could ever notice. I'm like, this can't have happened twice in the same day. Like, this is actually crazy. I'm laughing my ass off.
I know, yeah. Anyway, and Hind Rajab, 6 found dead in Gaza after phone calls for help.
Your old Hind Rajab was called a Palestinian woman
She
by
just
Western
butchered that
media.
name. She was like, Hinges.
His was, yeah.
And she was murdered by Israel.
Remember, she can't even pronounce Gaza correctly, John.
Oh yeah, what did she
Some-
say?
Rasa!
Yeah.
Anyway.
Valentine's race isn't overtly referred to in this season, or ever in the story, really.
So why are you bringing it up then, lady?
The way that Lee's is in season 1. But
Please,
It's
oh my god.
barely brought up once as a joke. Like,
In
She acts
season
like it was
2,
this huge focal point. It's like it's brought up by Kenny one time when they were essentially calling Kenny a dumbass and making a joke about it.
Yeah.
like Lee before her, Clem is consistently perceived and treated by strangers as a threat. Again,
in this scene, Clementine was bitten by a dog, and they think it's a walker bite. So I think they're at least somewhat justified in locking her in the barn. Now, I'm not gonna say completely because that was a total fucking stupid move anyway. Because Carlos is a dumbass, but at least they have some fucking leeway there.
No, Carlos is smart, and Kenny just
Well,
feels
most
threatened.
people don't trust people they don't know. So if they don't know you, kid or not, they're gonna be skeptical of who you are.
Especially
you know?
in
Yeah.
zombie apocalypse.
He's the main
like-
character of the game. They have to make challenges. I mean, what are they supposed like?
Yeah.
and regardless of how you, as
If
the
it's the
player,
apocalypse, I ain't trusting anybody. I don't care if you're 6 years old. I think you might pull out a shank and fucking stab me anytime. You could be part of some evil group that like sends in kids to make people's guards go down. Like, I'm not gonna be mean to you, but I'm not gonna trust you.
She's okay to try and dig deep into these things, but for her to not mention like the more obvious situation that would cause these things is just like fishing for content.
Yeah. And I don't think you can even make her do anything that bad. I mean, the worst thing Clementine does during this part of the game is that she steals medical supplies to like stitch her wound up. So I guess if you
Yeah,
consider
she-
that.
It's
She
like,
should-
That's like a matter of fatality, though. Like, she kind of has to.
She
I
should
mean, yeah,
point out the game that does this correctly is what I'd like to know.
Yeah. Anyway,
encourage her to act. When you first encounter
she probably won't because she probably hasn't played that many other games aside from like the only games we know for a fact this woman has played are the Barbie horse games, like these games and the Barbie horse games, and that's it.
Luke and his group, his care instantly turns into fear when he sees the dog bite on her arm, refusing to believe it isn't a walker bite, even though the bite marks look nothing like human teeth.
I mean, this still looks like a walker could have done it, lady. So I don't know what you're talking about. And again, it's like again, zombie apocalypse. You turn into a zombie faster when you are bitten.
I'm just
Oh my
picturing like the characters in the game are like, is it a human bite or a dog bite? We can't tell. The graphics aren't detailed enough. Fuck.
Yeah, pretty much. Ugh.
If you killed the dog who attacked you quickly, rather than letting him suffer a slow death impaled on a spike, Luke assumes for some reason that this wounded 11-year-old killed a dog in cold blood, rather than in self-defense or even for mercy.
Well, Clementine
she's
didn't-
not Hassan Piker, guys.
Yeah, and even then, Clementine didn't fucking tell them that the dog. I don't even think that It's like again, like Luke and fucking Pete here weren't there for that, so they would have no reason to believe that. They just sit here, hey, a little girl killed a dog, and the dog bit the girl. They're gonna think, the girl fucking killed the dog, and the dog bit her during that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, fucking dumbass.
The revelation that Clem could be bitten and therefore en route to zombification precisely begins the metaphorical zombification, or dehumanization, of Clementine. Where at first perhaps Luke saw the little a-racial girl that fans see.
Not
He begins
zombification. Like, whenever she's like, anytime you treat someone differently, you're zombifying them. It's like,
Yeah.
we're still treating the zombies differently than her, so this isn't zombification. Like, they shoot the zombies in the head as soon as they see them. They didn't do that with Clementine, so it's clearly different.
This
Yeah.
is a level of sensitivity that is like I would assume would be intolerable to most adults in real life.
Yeah.
Well, this person's probably mentally a child still, so I can see.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, bro. Like, what? Come on, man.
Jacob says they really love to use those big words. Oh, yes they do, Jacob. Yes they do.
instead
Usually
to see
incorrectly.
Yeah, like zombification and a-racial, which I didn't even think was a fucking word to begin with, but here we are.
a
Hey, not
monstrous
everything can be offensive. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the hell it can.
racial threat. The group proceed to partake in the same zombification of Clementine, perfectly happy to discuss shooting this 11-year-old girl in the head. This
She's
irrational
gonna turn into a zombie. That would like be the more merciful route. She did it to Lee.
Yeah.
racial character of perceiving her as a threat is really pronounced because she is much smaller than any of them and vastly outnumbered. So even if she were a zombie, they could defeat her really easily. They assume.
Until she turns into a full ass zombie. That would be irrational.
God, fucking Christ! This
like
not
if she wanted to be reasonable, she could say, "Oh, they should wait until she shows some signs of being bitten, like the fever and getting weak and everything right away. Then you would know that it was a zombie bite. And you could kill her then."
This is just all centered around basically be soft on brown people. And it's just like, bro, can we just treat people like humans? And like,
yeah. She's basically asking them to be racist. She's like, well, normally you would shoot this person in the
She's Riri Williams. She wants them all to be racist to her, yeah.
The rational thing to do is to treat this person as if they're bitten by a zombie and kill them. But because she's brown, they shouldn't do that because then they'd be racist.
Yeah.
Not treating her the same would be less... What?
What? Yeah.
Entirely wrongly that Clem couldn't have survived on her own. So in this case, the small racialized child is also a threat because she indicates
child. Nobody's racializing her except for you, lady. Like
the
game don't talk about her race. They don't care.
It's the existence of a larger racialized threat. A brown child is supposed to come with brown parents, brown neighbors, brown friends.
I'm just
what? No, none of that is true. No one's supposed to come with any of that in America. How the fuck? What the hell did she just? Okay, hold on.
This lady thinks that the characters in the game are debating killing Clementine, A, because she's black, and B, because they think that her black parents are gonna come and attack them, I think.
How the fuck do you support immigration and everyone melting pot come together, but like you guys just said, but you'd expect her mom to be black, her neighbors to be black. I'm just like, bro, nobody with a rational mind thinks that way or fucking wants that. You just move where the house is nice and hope your neighbors aren't crazy. Like, what the fuck is like? This is insane.
In her version of the game, like Omid and like Carlos and them are
Krista.
Yeah. Well, and then Carlos is in the other group that's like with the dog.
The cabin group, yeah.
So they're all just like discussing this, and instead of like discussing the zombie bite and shit like they actually were, in her mind they were like, well, I don't know. She is brown. Yeah, she might have brown parents coming. I don't know.
Yeah.
Just making up dialogue.
Well, she also sounds the same as like a white supremacist. So, like, my parents gotta be white. My neighbors gotta be white. You know what I mean? Like, relax, man. Damn, like.
She's a brown supremacist, yeah.
You cannot mix the races. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, John, I think you were kind of on the point earlier. Hang on. First of all, Jacob says, how many times can she say brown? Exactly, Jacob, yeah. Yeah, it's like, we need to take like a drinking game every time she says brown. But anyway.
Ahead of you.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, so, John, I think John has a point, is that every time, like, this one was playing the game. Okay, for those who don't know, I'm a fan. You may know, but I'm a fan of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Right? I watch the English dub because I hate watching subtitled versions of anime. Right? Mm-hmm. But either way, so in the dub, they obviously have that stupid fucking thing where they censor the stands names because all the stands are named after music, right? And they don't want to get in trouble with copyright, right? So they censor and alter the stands names to get rid of the music references, right? And what I do when I watch the English dub is that in my mind, I just like substitute out the names, the localized names with the original names of the stands, right? That's just what I do when I watch JoJo's English dub, right? This woman is doing that, but for the entire fucking game. So every time they're like, hey, we should kill her, she might turn into a zombie, she's, in her mind, she's going, hey, we should kill her because she's brown. Oh my god. Unhinged.
Adult Lees, Omids, and Kristas. Pete is the only one in this group of blood.
Omids, yeah.
I would argue that she might be the racist one if she's saying like, basically like when she's around white people, she's thinking, do they want to kill me type shit.
Yeah.
Well, she is, because she thinks of everything through that lens. Like, literally, you can tell by the adjectives that she adds to things. Like Lee, whenever she was talking about him, she never would not put black in front of whatever he did. She was
Just
like,
racialized.
yeah, she's like, Lee, this black history professor. I'm like, he's just a fucking history professor. They don't ever call him that.
Folks who sees sense, advocating for Clem for like a hot second, but yeah, that doesn't last. Rest in peace, Pete.
Okay, this at least I can co-sign her on with. Rest in peace, Pete. You were taken from us too soon.
So it sounds like
player-
she just wants black people to be treated like just royalty, just not even but just anybody brown, just straight god royalty.
Literally, yeah.
How are we supposed to treat people? Did she ever talk about that?
Like you're better than them. That'll make you less racist.
For controlling Clementine, you can try appealing to people's humanity by painstakingly insisting that she is just a little girl.
I'm a little girl. You know what the hell you're doing. We got enough problems, and we don't need any new shit.
I
Get
just
it?
think of
But it-
there was the one Stephen King adaptation, Tommy Knockers, where in the TV adaptation the one guy just goes, "Scaring the little girl." Every time they say little girl, I'm just thinking of him.
Yeah.
By the way, Backseat,
Pretty-
I tagged you on the on one of the X posts where somebody was exposing that weirdo. You can get that ant guy to look at it. Be like, this is real child exploitation.
I'm gonna grab my phone real quick.
All right.
much never works because these people aren't seeing a child, i.e., white, innocent, worthy of protection, but a brown adult woman, i.e.,
So she basically
can
thinks
take
that if Clementine were white, which a lot of people think she is anyway, that they would just not suspect her at all. They'd be like, "Oh, I see you got a little bite there, but I assume it's not a zombie, and you can just come in and you can keep all your weapons as well. Just come on right in here."
Yeah, just come on, just come on in. Yeah.
Aegis threatening, marked for death. The thing is, she has to be both a child and an adult at the same time if the group is going to use her to their advantage.
You have to mature. You have to pull your weight as a kid in the apocalypse. That's pretty much the gist of it.
Yeah, and hell, if anything, it's a big criticism of season 2 that Clem pulls too much of the damn weight. Because seriously, John, like so much of the season 2 story just has Clem doing shit solo, like to advance the plot. And it's like, fucking hell, Lee got more assistance than Clem in this season. Holy shit.
Yeah, they basically make all the adults retarded so that Clementine can be able to do more.
Save the day, yeah. Oh my god, hang on. Melissa says, people like her are why racism still exists. Exactly, Melissa, yeah.
Well, at least it exists. I mean, there's always going to be some. That's the other thing people have to accept. Like, there'll always be fringe people out there, but I would say she's the reason why it's still talked about so much and is a fucking problem.
Right. And we also got Jacob saying, the reason why they mention race and everything is because they don't have anything else to bring to the table. Yeah, good point, Jacob, yeah.
She would be watching this stream right now and be like, I see the reason why Backseater put Dave on the bottom and is covers him up with messages is because he is black. It is clear. Notice how he puts the white streamers on top of the black man. It symbolizes how he views society. Just be like, no, it's because he came in last. She's like, no, that's your white guild talking.
Moving on.
When understanding the adultification of racialized children, we have to understand that racialized people are viewed fundamentally as a threat, which means that being racialized is fundamentally contradictory to the idea of being a child. A child is weak, innocent, and non-threatening. A child requires care, while a racialized person is to be left for dead. So this adultification isn't about giving children the agency and power that adults have, but about marking certain children as threatening, violent, or untrustworthy to justify
You are very violent and non-trustworthy, brown child.
Yeah, Sarah, who everyone in season 2 regards as, useless and shit, yeah.
not only refusing to care for these children, but actively hurting them. These children are...
God, I only played season 2 once. I hated Sarah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Sarah
She's pretty
sucks.
hateable, right? Like, she fucks everything up.
Yeah, and there's not even really a reward for like trying to keep her alive. Yeah, because if you keep her alive, like if you save her at the trailer park, she does nothing and then dies at the Civil War place. Yeah.
Isn't that it's kind of like a slightly more useless Ben in season 1, where you can choose to keep him alive, but then he just says to let him go anyway, and he dies like shortly thereafter.
Well, to be fair, I mean, at least with Ben, at least if you keep him alive, it helps resolve his and Kenny's character arcs in that season better. So yeah, at least they have that. Sarah, not even that.
Still denied agency because a racialized person cannot be a child, but a racialized person cannot also be human, where a human as opposed to an animal.
What the fuck is the racialized person, lady?
Oh my god.
Or any other kind of non-human life is deserving of political rights and freedoms, or dignity and respect and care. In this particular group, it's worth noting that there are racialized adults, like Alvin, Rebecca, and Carlos, but they aren't
non-white when you say racialized.
Internalized racism, Alvin and Rebecca. And internalized racism, Carlos. What the shit?
Oh my god.
Oh my. So apparently Alvin, Rebecca, and Carlos have internalized racism because they don't want to help Clem. Seriously? Are you joking here?
Yep.
Guess so, yeah.
Carlos, but they aren't necessarily zombified like Clem is because they're assimilated into this smaller initial group. Interesting.
How do you know that? Maybe the white guys in the form of Pete and Luke assimilated into the group over fucking Carlos here. I mean, Carlos is the leader of this group. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, fucking idiot.
They do seem to be treated differently in a racialized way in Carver's prison camp, which they are.
Well, no, the reason they're treated differently is because Carver's an asshole who demands everyone follow his orders, and if you don't follow his orders or defect, like the cabin group did, then he's gonna treat you like shit. Simple as that.
To return to in episode 3.
Carver's
yeah. Pretty much.
Sexual obsession with Rebecca and insistence that he is the father of her child is disturbing. Players seem divided on the assumption that Carver and Rebecca consensually had sex or not, with some players not even considering that he may have enacted sexual violence on her, when the whole scenario invokes a sordid gendered history of black women's treatment by white men in America.
What? I'm pretty sure it's just a case of like Carlo. Okay, hang on, Dave. We gotta go back a bit for the. Hang on, get a load of this shit here.
A child is weak, innocent, and non-threatening. A child requires care, while the racialized person is to be left for dead.
A racialized person's be left for dead. What the fuck, lady?
I don't even know what racialized means.
I don't even know either. She's just throwing it around.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure, like, when she says racialized, she just means, like, this person isn't white.
Yeah, because every single non-white character, she just calls them racialized.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's weird, because it's like a kind of verby kind of word.
Right.
You just got racialized, fool.
My bad.
Isn't about giving children the agency and power that adults have, but about marking certain children as threatening, violent, or untrustworthy to justify not only refusing to care for these children, but actively hurting them. These children are still denied agency because a racialized person cannot be a child.
Dave, get this. A racialized person cannot be a child. What the shit? Oh my god.
But a racialized person cannot also be human, where a human as opposed to an animal or any other kind of non-human life.
All of this is just a reflection of what she thinks about white people. So what she's basically doing is revealing that she just hates and fears white people. And
literally, yeah.
And is basically trying to sound like she's like, I guess, a trans Hitler, basically trying to sound like you should fear these people too. Like, bro, come on, bro, it's ridiculous.
Bruh.
Is deserving of political rights and freedoms, or dignity and respect and care. In this particular group, it's worth noting that there are racialized adults, like Alvin, Rebecca, and Carlos.
So apparently Alvin, Rebecca, and Carlos have internalized racism now because they won't welcome Clem into the group because of her dog bite now, apparently.
but they aren't necessarily zombified like Clem is because they're assimilated into this smaller initial group.
Yeah, and she says she says that they've assimilated in the smaller group. It's like because, even though Carlos is the fucking leader of this group, so what the fuck, lady?
Interestingly, they do seem to be treated differently in a racialized way in Carver's prison camp.
Okay, and for the record,
way.
yeah, and for the record, Dave, the reason they're treated differently is because this guy, Carver, who's really fucking evil, he's like a dictator who runs like their own like survivor camp in this hardware store, and he's all like, I command loyalty, and if you're not loyal to me, then I'ma fucking kill you. I'm gonna beat your ass up. In fact, I'm pretty sure he beats Carlos up in this scene here. And he's basically like, it's like go my way or it's like fuck you, basically. So it's not because he's racist or anything.
Which they are forced to return to in episode 3.
Yeah, even I hate Carlos. He's kind of an arrogant prick.
Yeah.
Carver's
She has to
sexual
be ignoring the comment section because she has to be getting some, pretty disagreeable comments.
She is, yeah.
There was a lot of pushback, as I recall, because I kind of skimmed through them, and they were all like, "Wow, you're really obsessed with race. Like, you're crazy. You're seeing things that aren't there."
And I did need to ask, what platforms are you live on?
Just YouTube.
Okay, so we can smoke on YouTube, right? I think they changed the rules.
I don't give a shit, bro. You could smoke on my channel. I don't care.
No, I'm pretty sure they changed it because, like, when I was like doing it a while, like 4 years ago, when Biden was in office and shit, they fucking like shut my channel down and all that because of it. But now I see people on there smoking again, so I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Biden, you couldn't smoke, you couldn't drink, you couldn't do anything. It was really a disaster. He was a complete disaster.
I'm debating on just starting a whole new channel because like they won't show any of my long videos. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. They won't unban my account basically all the way.
I'd say just do it, Dave.
Star Wars Marvel purist ran into that, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm probably just gonna have to start a whole new channel because it's not getting like they won't promote my long videos at all. Like it doesn't matter what I do to them.
Anyway, Jacob here also says this bitch is a race hustler. Yes, she is. And Sleepy Joe Autocom Biden hates smoking. Yeah, apparently. Anyway,
Sleepy Joe, the Autocom Biden, he has a hard enough time. He can't ride a bike for more than 2 minutes. He falls off of it, so he has a problem with the smoke and the breathing. It's very bad.
Right. Anyway.
Trump's gonna deschedule it, I'm pretty sure.
Thinking about
with
it.
Rebecca, and insistent that he is the father of her child is disturbing.
Yeah, okay, and Dave, also just to catch you up, Rebecca here is pregnant throughout season 2, and she has a baby. She always says, oh, Alvin's the baby, but then you learn during episode 1, like, oh, maybe Alvin isn't the father, and you later reveal that, oh, it's possibly Carlos. It's not exactly, like, revealed a whole lot, but it's a lot more, like, implied, and it could have been either or, really, but that's just about it.
Players seem divided on the assumption that Carver and Rebecca consensually had sex or not, with some players not even considering that he may have enacted sexual violence on her, when the whole scenario invokes a sordid gendered
Maybe because we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, or maybe they kept it ambiguous for the sake of, people talking about it. It's like, kind of reminds me of like how George Lucas said, hey, don't reveal this. We want to keep an air of mystery. Don't reveal what Yoda's species is called. Don't reveal Yoda's backstory. Could have been something like that. I don't fucking know. Anyway.
Duh.
Whatever it is, you can't be more mad than the victim, which we don't even know if she is, but you couldn't be more mad than she is.
Yeah.
America. And Alvin.
Wait, hang on, what'd she say?
Violence on her, when the whole scenario invokes a sordid gendered history of black women's treatment by white men in America.
What?
Alvin is treated by Carver as something in the way.
She's trying to convince you that something happened. Like, it probably happened. Like, I'm probably right. Like, come on, bro.
Come on, bro, man.
Something to be removed so that Carver can possess Rebecca. But based on the way they treat Clem, Alvin, Rebecca, and Carlos all seem to have a real internalized racism problem as well.
Stay away from my daughter.
Willing to treat her.
Echoes of racist Larry with added lesbophobia? What?
Lesbophobia?
Bruh, Clementine doesn't even know she's fucking bisexual yet at this point in the series. What are you talking about? And also, it's like, stay away from my daughter. It's like, yeah, she's fucking new in the group, and Carlos still doesn't trust her. What do you fucking want? Oh my god, this fucking lady just sees identity in fucking everything.
As a villain when they have power, but turning to her for help when they are disempowered once again by Carver. As such, we see that if it might benefit the group to encourage others to see Clem as a child, they'll bank on it.
Just play it cool. You do the talking.
Hail, Briscoe!
I don't want to get in a fight. You really
there you go,
think
Briscoe.
you're
There's
a
the
little
link to join.
But they won't see her as a child, instead consistently exploiting her emotionally and physically, while removing her from group decision-making processes and belittling her.
Clementine should stay here.
Yeah, because she's dude, she's fucking new. Holy shit, I can't believe you're making me take the side of fucking Carlos of all characters here. Holy shit.
Literally anyone who joins your group at this point, this far into the apocalypse, you're going to be untrusting of them until like a very long time. And even then, you're always going to probably side on them because they could be setting up a long con.
Yeah.
So I did wonder though, were you planning on watching this entire video? Because this is a legit crazy person.
We were legit planning on watching the entire video. Yeah.
Yeah, not the entire rest of the thing tonight. We do it in segments.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hang on. Earlier, he advocated for locking her up in a shed and letting her bite wound fester, and also told her to stay away from his daughter. I mean, yeah, it's pretty stupid. But I don't doubt his fucking logic here. I mean, I disagree with like his fucking methods here, because like, yeah, like locking up in the shed is fucking retarded. Mm-hmm. It's also pretty retarded that he didn't know that was a fucking walker bite, because because Carlos is supposed to be a doctor here. So the staying away from his daughter, I get, and the being wary of the bite, I get. But yeah, it's like, fucking Christ.
She's what?
She's just a little girl, Luke.
She's a valuable little girl.
Point of view, when you're 11, you like it when people say you're mature for your age. Then as an adult, you realize it's because no one was taking care of you.
What?
Whack!
No, it's usually when you act mature, people call you mature.
Yeah.
I mean, either way, none of this has anything to do with skin color, so I don't even understand the point of the video.
I don't even know, man.
Oh, she's had plenty where she's brought up skin color. You're right, though. In the story, none of this shit's about skin color.
Can sew up her own arm. She's fit to cross a bridge.
And never even once thinking to ask her what she wants or needs or thinks the way that Lee used to. Never thinking to provide emotional or physical affection or care.
Well, that's probably true, but it's not because she's black.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Meanwhile, Sarah, Clem's fellow child and character foil in this season, may also be brown, but as one assimilated into the group, she is to be
Sarah
shielded
really
and
doesn't look
protected.
brown. Like, I get that she is, but holy cow.
Yeah.
At least to an extent. With Sarah, we see that those who are protected under the auspices of childhood might not get the same shit end of the stick as adultified Clem, but as it turns out...
Is she going to talk about how the white people in the game are supposed to be treated, or are they all treated fairly, or not, or is it just only care about the black people in the game?
No, I don't think she has yet, no.
Both ends of the stick are just shit. To be a child, as we've discussed, is to be vulnerable, powerless, and to have your agency taken from you. So it goes with Sarah, who is eventually considered too burdensome by some, although I tried my damnedest to save her, and I'm still not over it. I suppose there's a fine line between a child who deserves to be protected and a child who is too dependent and too burdensome to care for any longer.
Yes, that's the whole point of Sarah, is that she's sadly just like too weak enough to really take. Because basically, Dave, if you don't know, Sarah's whole shtick is that she was absolutely... Hang on. Hail Tyranno. Anyway, Sarah's whole shtick is that she's basically, she's just too weak to really carry. You know, she's like a really big burden. She's been coddled by Carlos way too much. Didn't get the, same level of training and preparation for the apocalypse that Clem did. So because
like the kids
of that...
I went to school with.
What?
So they're like the kids I went to school with parents that cared about them and shit.
Yeah, he cared about her too much to the point that he didn't teach her how to handle the apocalypse. So when Carlos dies in episode 3, she completely breaks down, and all throughout episode 4, even if you save her, she's just like this, like a fucking blank ass expression face, and you just can't fucking save her later on because she dies later on in the episode anyway. So yeah.
I'm
What
not
good is
really
it?
into The Walking Dead, but what's this girl's problem?
Everything is racist. Everything is sexist. Everything's lesbophobic. Yeah.
Well, the
What
deeper
the
part is
hell?
that she
Like-
hates. Go ahead, bro. My bad.
Like, what the hell? I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, the deeper part is that she hates white people and like fears them, and so like all this stuff is a reflection of her inner thoughts when she's around white people, and she's not mentioning in any way like how the white characters should be treated and that kind of shit. So it's just weird.
Isn't
Yeah.
she white?
No,
I mean Mexican or something actually.
she's
Oh.
like light brown. Yeah. We
She
got
could
William.
be, yeah,
William
light-skinned,
Ripke. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Child if they will never become a self-reliant adult. I want to pause on this because Sarah's framing as a burden is something I tried so hard to resist when playing, precisely because it plays into the sort of eugenicist discourse that communities like Crawford advocated for. That if
What?
someone is dependent on others to survive,
No. Okay, is Sarah dependent? Yes, but again, it's a lot different than what the Crawfords were doing in season 1. Because again, Sarah was coddled way too fucking much to the point that she doesn't know how to survive, and by that point, it was too little too late for her. Yes, it's not her, if anything, it's Carlos's fault. So right here is actually a really good point where you could blame the brown guy. Oh my god. Yes, Jacob, she is like John Roca, yeah. Anyway.
they don't deserve to live. Of
ridiculous.
course, that's super fucking disableist. Sarah is taller and looks like she could be slightly older than Clem, but she might be infantilized because of possible mental disability.
No, even then, even if she were to have a mental disability, it's unconfirmed and at best implied. And as I always say, unless it's confirmed, you shouldn't really fucking use it. But anyway, it's like,
What does being tall have to do with anything?
I don't know, because she looks older than Clem, I guess. I think
The-
she is like a year or two older than Clem in this
So
season.
the problem she's posing is that it's an issue that kids are a burden.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
specific kids, because again, Sarah has been heavily coddled to the point where she's really dependent on Carlos and other people. She, like I keep saying, she didn't get the level of care that Lee gave Clem in season 1, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, her
Oh, this
parents-
is she's doing the agency art. Like she talked about how like I guess 14-year-old girls need to be able to allowed to have agency so their dad shouldn't protect them.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of like the juxtaposition of like Carlos is basically if Lee did not get the talk from the homeless guy in the first season.
Chuck,
and he-
yeah.
Yeah, and he just kept coddling her and like sheltered. That's the word I was looking for.
Sheltered,
like,
yeah.
He's like sheltering her, like Carlos isn't like trying to basically like treat it like pre-apocalypse. He hasn't acknowledged that things have changed and you gotta change your parenting shit.
Yeah. Anyway.
Which is alluded to in the season because she's prone to panic attacks and freeze responses, and she struggles to process the apocalyptic reality that she's living in. A lot of discourse surrounding Sarah's life focuses on her father Carlos's responsibility for not raising her to be more self-sufficient in the apocalypse. And while there is some truth to that, I think, even if you read her as disabled, because many disabled people do advocate for the right to independent
She's
living,
not
it's
disabled,
also
she's just a pussy.
Again, even if she were disabled, it's implied more than anything, and being implied doesn't mean she is.
the truth that some
I'm so
disabled
glad I'm not in the Walking Dead community.
Tarano, you should, at least be glad you're not in this bitch's Walking Dead community. You should get into the games at least, Tarano. They're pretty good games at
Yeah,
least.
there's kind of separate communities because like I stayed pretty heavily in the games, very light in the show. Like I was in college when it was coming out and it was all hyped up because like I think season 4 was my junior or senior year. I remember everybody hyping that up. And,
Yeah.
it used to be like Game of Thrones versus that for everybody. But then there's the comic book community, and they're a whole separate group. Like, I never even touched that. So, like, The Walking Dead has kind of like 3 disparate kind of fan groups, I feel like.
Yeah.
Overrated, like Star Wars.
Oh, Torino, what the fuck, man?
Which one? All of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Show,
what the
game,
fuck?
and comic, damn.
I'm just messing. I don't know.
He's trolling. We do a little bit of trolling.
Alright, Kayla. Anyway.
Yeah.
Some people, full stop, will always need help. Sarah has what are honestly perfect.
Yeah, and if a person, I'm sorry, but if a person needs constant help to the point of burdening the others in the group, I'm sorry, but it's like we fucking can't. Like to the point where like she's making life harder. It's like, I'm sorry, Sarah, but we can't fucking put up with this bullshit. You're the low. Sorry.
I'm assuming you're still talking about the apocalyptic wasteland, not like real life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
this
talking
is
about
all
the
in
apocalyptic
context of
wasteland.
The
Yeah.
Walking Dead. The
Well, yeah,
Walking
it's
Dead,
even
the whole
more of a-
series, post-apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's even more of a problem there, but like in real life, it's something that we still haven't figured out a problem, like an answer for, like in our real life society.
Yeah, helicopter parents and all that. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like disabled people, like there's all different ways we handle it. There's no one way.
Yeah.
It's not, what I'm saying, like we haven't figured it out 100%.
Well,
So
and
we
different
definitely.
different disabled people want to be handled different. Like some are more like stop treating me like stop coddling me so much, and other ones will say like I need your help.
I'm saying imagine like a future where we had like robots for people who needed like to be moved around, or people who said they'll go ahead and just replace the leg with a a new leg or a robot leg or something. You know what I'm saying? So. In the future, there's a bunch of different options, but it's just a difficult thing to figure out, and it will be even worse in a post-apocalyptic wasteland. So that's just, you got to accept reality.
Normal trauma responses, but these sort of depressive responses are framed, at least by some other characters, as making her a burden. Jane tries to convince us that Sarah doesn't want to live, but Sarah screams for you to save her in both of her possible death states. God, I really fucking wanted to save her. And the bottom line is, even if Sarah could never be self-sufficient, would she deserve to die? Absolutely fucking not. What are you saying about disabled people, children, the elderly, if you actually believe this? What are you saying about which lives are worthwhile and which aren't? Again, it's personal.
She kind of went. Go ahead.
It's a fucking show or
Game.
It's fantasy. Like, this isn't real life.
Yeah.
Well, she went straight to level 10, like assuming that if you don't help her, she deserves to die. It's like, nah, maybe I just can't help. Like, maybe I don't have an opinion.
Yeah, maybe I wanted to save Jane because she was more useful to the group and wouldn't fucking shut down over one of our other members dying.
That's like, well, so since you don't agree with me, you must think everyone should die. I'm like, what? Maybe my opinion's somewhere in between. Like, damn.
Yeah. Fucking Christ.
Like, it doesn't mean I'm gonna go killing her if I just say that, like, hey, you're pretty useless there, Sarah. Like, doesn't mean that I'm gonna actively seek her death. I'm just gonna be like, well, you're probably going to die, though, like, just practically speaking, because we're in an apocalypse. And
that's just so she can make her, like, stage, like, argument, like, absolutely fully not. What kind of person are you? Like, well, you don't know either, so stop assuming.
She's trying to avoid all responsibility, too.
I like the title of the video. Zombies are political.
Very deep dive into Telltale's The Walking Dead. Yeah.
An unnecessarily long deep dive.
This isn't political. This is a pop culture movie. Like,
game.
It is
Yeah.
political. Everything's political.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
In real life, disabled people are often the first to die in disaster situations because they are unable to leave their homes without mobility aids or assistance from others. But is it really in our selfish, so-called human nature to leave our disabled family, friends, and loved ones behind?
Nobody does that.
It isn't.
Holy shit! If
Nobody does that.
It's not deliberate. It's a matter of circumstance. Like, yes, if someone cannot walk, they are less likely to get out of the burning building. Like, that's not because I want them to die. It means that they physically are less capable of removing themselves from the danger.
But I mean, like, it's not like something that happens every other day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not pushing the disabled people off cliffs or something. It's like, it's not like... nobody, it's not like, it's just like a matter, it's not like you're in great danger just for being disabled in everyday life. Yeah.
Since October 2023, I've seen Palestinian families wheeling their disabled community members, carrying newborn babies and panic-stricken animals in their arms, because these dependent lives are seen to be worth saving. Sarah's death isn't some law
Of
of
course,
nature.
everybody treats disabled people like shit, except for the Palestinians. They're always perfect.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus, you're not
Jesus
capable of
Christ, get off Reddit.
Yeah,
You're not
yeah,
even
that's where all
capable
the
of just-
smelly people are.
Like, just make everybody equal, but no, you have to separate and pedestalize this circle.
Yeah, William Ripke says, anybody hear of the Kobayashi Maru? Yeah, like this, I think this bitch would fail the Kobayashi
She'd
Maru.
be like, this is an intolerant test. I think we should reform Starfleet.
What about the brave ambulances people call every day all over America?
Yeah. And we got Melissa saying, I'd love to hear her opinion on macking me with the wheelchair over the cliff scene, Lamau. Yeah, pretty much.
It isn't inevitable.
Or
and
Friday the 13th Part 2, when a kid in a wheelchair gets a machete stuck in his head. She'd be like, what did Jason mean by this? It's like, he kills everybody. He's not being against disabled people. He kills everybody.
But
She'd
the
be
fact
like,
but the fact that he went for the disabled person first proves lesbinophobia.
aren't some rational survivalist if you leave her to die. You're just disablest. Shifting gears from looking at Sarah as an
you're
example of a
disablest if you don't save Sarah.
Yeah.
Is that like a choice between her and another person?
Yeah, it's a choice between her or Jane, yeah. Or at least, or if she's referring, that's a second choice if you save her in the first. The first choice is basically like whether do you talk her into leaving the trailer park, because that's where she's trapped at the beginning of episode 4. Yeah,
She's one of these entitled people, like, probably one of the immigrants to come over here, but not in her house because she doesn't have enough room.
She just thinks there's a perfect answer to everything where, if anything doesn't turn out perfect, it's because somebody was hateful in some way. It's never because there's just like shit happens, You can't save everybody all the time, and sometimes there's no moral. Sometimes being morally high ground actually costs more.
right. It's sheer pragmatism. Jacob says this woman would call a job application racist. I don't know, Jacob. Maybe she wouldn't if it's a DEI job. I don't know.
Speaking of
No,
which,
if
does that girl
ironically
even
an-
have a job? Seems like she doesn't.
Probably not. She probably lives off mommy and tries to do the YouTube thing and it fails. But
Yeah, like me. But anyway,
it's
and we got.
She would call it racist though if there was no you check the box, what race are you on the job application. She would think it was racist if that was not there. She'd be like, what the fuck? How are you supposed to hire an equal number of every race if you don't have this checked box? And they'd be like, well, we just judge based on merit and your other. Oh, that's so racist.
Anyway, moving on. And we got Melissa saying, yes, John, Friday 2 as well, lol. Yep, anyway.
Child, we can also see the gendered aspects of the child category explored in different ways in Season 2 and 3. In Season 3, A New Frontier, one of the main characters is Gabe Garcia, a teenager around
More
Clem's
like
age.
gay Garcia.
Yeah, fucking Gabe, piece of shit.
Expresses feeling powerless in his group, which mainly consists of his uncle and his stepmom, later his horrible ex-military father. That sure is a theme in this series. And some
Oh my god.
Military bad, trees good, as Avatar would say.
Probably something like that, yeah.
other adults encountered along the way. Clem is his peer, on paper, but Clem and Gabe are also worlds apart. Gabe's emotions are often dismissed under the categorization of irrational, hormone-fueled teenage behavior, a trope which is way too normalized when it comes to justifying our treatment of children, which by and large is to continue to deny them agency, and then as they get older and more capable of pushing...
Oh my god, well, lady, if Gabe is acting like a massive shit bird, then no, we're not gonna give him more power to fucking do shit in the group. No.
But again, she's talking about agency, and I'm like, again, how much agency does a 16-year-old have right now? They don't pay bills, like what the fuck? Not much.
Yep. Oh my god. Anyway.
Back, dismissing their emotional needs as irrational. You, the player, are playing as Gabe's uncle, Javi, who has some lines like this.
Look, I love these kids. but I could do without Gabe reminding me I'm not his mother whenever he's pissed.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Why is Gabe doing that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. Gabe is just a piece of shit character, man. I know he has his fans and like whatever. Like I never gave a fuck about Gabe. I wish he died instead of Mariana.
We don't talk about Gabe. No.
Puberty. Hormones.
That are not player controlled, but as
Nah, he's not raised right. It ain't no puberty or hormones. Stop treating people like shit. As simple as that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you say to the kids that are just as old as him that do treat people a lot better?
Just say stop treating people like shit. Their parents. Simple.
Yep.
player, you can choose to belittle Gabe or to trust and empower him.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
belittle him.
Yeah.
Out of him.
Yeah, get the fuck out.
Clem is pretty much treated as Javi's peer, as another adult, for better and for worse. Interestingly, Gabe articulates his frustration.
Yeah, probably because Clem acts more mature than Gabe in this season, yeah.
So she's right about the fact that, like, most parents aren't fucking psychology experts, and, like, yeah, kids can have mental issues that their parents don't know. The same as parents might be dealing with shit, and they don't know what they're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it's complicated. But that doesn't mean a 16-year-old is going to be taken serious. You know, that's just not realistic.
Right.
With his powerlessness as being a boy who wants to be a man.
I'm done feeling this way. Feeling powerless. I can't be some helpless little boy anymore.
To me?
I need to be a man. Just like my dad was.
Man here is equated with power. I mean, you hear this refrain from boys often, right?
You can use that for either gender. Like,
I mean,
be a man or be a grown woman, you know? Like,
yeah, I mean, it's just taking control of your life. It's not being explained right, but either way, that how many of us felt that way at 16 and we couldn't pay bills, so that's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Anyway.
Whereas you rarely hear girls saying, I'm a girl, but I want...
Hang on. We also got Jacob here saying, why do these creators make their videos longer than the average film run time? Because, Jacob, they have no editor.
That's what I was going to say, bro. You might want to find an endpoint on this. Like, this is, I don't know if this is worth doing a whole video over. I'm being real with you, G.
Oh, my God. I don't know, man.
I'm just being like, I'm not saying like you can do it next week or this week, whatever. I'm just letting you know this is not something that you need to spend too much more time on, bro. This is not it.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know, guys. I'm not a huge fan of skipping through videos, but do we want to skip to a different part in this video?
Well,
if you watch this from the beginning, bro, that's what this over an hour. Yeah, this is over an hour of BS content.
Over 3 hours of BS content,
yeah. You know, I think there's only so much.
Let's use the speed motion thing.
Yeah, there's only so much more we need to see of this. And that includes the YouTube audience.
Let's check the chapters, maybe.
Alright, so chapters here we got... Alright, so we're on the adultification of Clementine. After this, we have a black mother and son surviving together. So that's, I assume that's about Clem and AJ in season 4.
Yeah, maybe pick the most crazy ones or something.
Fully manual, perfectly stationary. I'm sorry, fully manual, perfectly satisfactory Earth communism.
What?
And death, grief, and zombie liberation.
Okay, let's check out the communism shit.
What the hell?
The perfect world communism.
Right.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, those last two. That sounds crazy.
All right, here we go.
Because this is just going to be her ranting about every time people don't treat Clementine like a kid for the next part of this chapter.
She made this video a little bit too long.
I've talked about how a lot of the zombie genre is riddled with misanthropy and libertarianism. Humans can't be trusted, and there's no hope for a better world. All you can do is protect you and your property, be that your family, who you own, or the house and land that you claim to own, as if anyone can own people or the earth. In the Walking Dead TV series and comics.
She took it a step far. Protect your family. I don't know how that extends to owning people. That's
She's like, any man who wants to protect his family thinks he owns them and is evil.
I'm like, wait, that's a bit of a leap there. What?
Yeah. Oh my God.
This theme is approached with a hopeful outlook towards finding and building communities. We're heavy-handedly told that everyone is family now, though when push comes to shove, importance of the nuclear family persists, and that gated communities like
She's saying
Alexandria
that movie's racist because
Yeah.
He's like, you think you own all these car drivers?
Vin Diesel, he thinks he owns the cars and the owners.
Yeah.
Like that's Paul Walker on a leash. She's like, I own you now.
No, he has a pink slip for the cars and the people.
Yeah.
hope for the future because they represent what we had before. And there's the issue, or one of many issues. The main story, thematically consistent, at least for one that centers around a white cop, is obsessed with going back. No
See how
lessons
she puts
or
race on everything? Now he's a white cop. He's not just a
Oh
cop.
my god. And yes, let's go back to the way things were before the fucking dead were walking the earth and eating people. Yeah, how about that? How dare we go back to that? Jacob says she thinks Brazil is a slave country in Fast and Furious. Yeah, probably.
learned about the fundamental structural violence of the old world. Any reference to how the cast never
Structural
would have
violence. There's some pretty big violence in the zombie world too, you know.
met before the zombie apocalypse because of their class and racial differences is only surface, with no meaningful critique of the institutions that create race and class difference in the
I mean, what is there to do in The Walking Dead in regards to that? Because it's like, hell, they don't even explain how the fucking zombies really got fucking made. Like, I know, like, especially not in the comics, it's just like, oh, hey, for some reason, the dead's, like, yeah, we know it's a virus that caused it, but what caused the virus? We don't know. Just all of a sudden, the dead all of a sudden began to awaken, and they got really fucking hungry. That's all we have.
She gave away, like, she said one fact that I've heard, and she barely said anything true, but it's the one thing she said that's true. No meaningful critique. Her critique,
Yes.
it's not meaningful.
Yes.
This current critique is not meaningful, so she was
There is
correct
no-
on that.
There is nothing to critique here. It's just entertainment, lady. Jacob says, imagine she actually makes a video about Fast and Furious family being an allegory for control or some shit. Oh, jeez.
You can't
like
say
the-
that, Dave.
Yeah.
other US
Yeah.
government and the racist police. A wistful longing for the time
I'm pretty sure the police being racist has nothing to do with the zombies beginning to eat people, though.
No, that's actually where the zombie virus came from. It, you know, some black dude got shot by police and they turned into a zombie afterwards.
before almost always indicates that someone lived in a position of relative privilege, access to food, housing, citizenship, and other protections, never considering how
You mean
the
like a
time
person on
before
food stamps
was
and HUD?
Yeah.
as, if not more violent, for the marginalized, oppressed classes of society, both within the imperial core and across the world. There are a few, mostly optional lines longing for this world before in the Telltale series as well. At times, I'm limited to being able to express agreement as the only form of hope, or complete cynicism, saying that we're doomed. Other times, we can express or hear that the world before was pretty shitty too.
So wait,
you wanna
is
go
she
back
saying
to
that the zombies are like oppression?
I don't even know anymore, man. I think she's just retarded.
And if she's talking about like, okay, so she mean regular people, are she saying like us as regular people, are we oppressed by the government or something?
I don't know, man. She probably thinks that. I wouldn't blame her. She
mean,
probably has that
prices are-
delusion.
Prices are higher than like, you know, I remember 2014 prices were lower and shit, but like I don't know, like sort of that's the government, but it's not really oppressing. I mean, if you think about back when Biden did the stimulus is when a lot of this came up, and that kind of they gave us money, so that's not really oppression.
Right.
And all the while when they talk about oppression, people are getting food stamps and shit.
Yep.
Before you knew about all of this?
No.
Things were bad before. Bad now, but they're different, you see?
People are eating each other.
But they weren't before. The banks, the politics, the crap. Those things are gone. Hell comes in a lot of different colors.
Comrade!
Wait, okay,
Oh
fair,
my god.
fair enough, but you can at least not act like they're the fucking same.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like 99% of the people hadn't died before Lee.
I think most people would choose banks and all this typical shit. Let's do a vote right now. All 4 of us, let's vote. Would you rather choose modern society capitalism in America or a zombie apocalypse?
Modern.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do this without modern.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'm pretty close to making money in rap, so just because of that, I'll choose modern. If like before I started rapping, I probably would have chose the zombie apocalypse. I ain't gonna lie, I was like I told y'all, I was super hood. But yeah, now I would definitely choose modern society. What about you?
Yes. Anyway.
I don't remember a time before monsters.
You know what, little dude? It's okay that you don't. Believe me, the world before this one was pretty shitty.
Weirdly, one of these lines comes from
Who, Lewis?
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Lewis is a bit dumb, but yeah. Anyway,
He's like, if he's saying the world before this was pretty bad, I mean, he's probably just trying to reassure the kid, but she would never realize that. She just thinks that what he's saying is objectively true. I guess.
Well, yeah, that's fucked up, by the way. But can we dig deep into that for a second? Because I don't know, like, I feel like that's talked about a lot. It's like, bro, I don't know if it's as bad as what they're trying to put it out.
Well, it's like it's always like people seeing all the negative shit. It's kind of like whenever people are like, "Oh, fucking humans suck," and it's like,
okay,
well,
so
maybe
yes,
another
but
better intelligent species. Like, there's really nothing to compare us to. Maybe we're doing
but
great.
nobody talks about.
I was like that too once. Like I always hated the human race, but
I mean, I did too. Sure, like I think every young man especially goes through that with how we're treated when we're 18. You know, we all know this. You know, depends where you're at, who your family is and shit. But there's a deeper conversation about like we still have opportunities, and like a lot of the stuff that's good in life, you just have to like work for it. Basically, it's like all behind closed, it's behind gates and shit. But that doesn't mean it's not there. And I think a lot of people just focus on like the gates instead of the reward. You know.
Well, and a lot of people just lack perspective too. It's like, think about being born before indoor plumbing, guys.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. I studied history. No, that's a big thing too.
Yeah.
There's too many young people acting like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, all the good shit is pretty much behind the gate, but that doesn't mean there's nothing there. Like, would you rather be in a world where there's nothing there? Mm-hmm. Of course, they're not asking themselves that question.
Jacob says, I feel like she would scream bigot when she wakes up in the morning. Yeah, probably, Jacob. Yeah.
Her snoring is bigot, bigot.
Now it's even deeper because if she's saying like this is just about like the world itself, she's basically blaming white people for capitalism and saying like we'd be better off being communist and like living like we're in the wild.
Well, to be fair, Dave, I mean, there is all these great completely communist nations where life is so much better. Oh, wait.
She just don't want to get a job, pretty much.
Yeah, next thing she'll say is that, making coffee is racist or some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Who is like the most
racist.
Yeah.
Most privileged character you meet in the whole series, but whatever.
See, hating Lewis is necessary for my analysis. Wait, she hates Lewis? What the hell? Why? Oh, probably because Lewis isn't the fucking lesbian romance like Violet, probably.
Too straight.
Yeah.
I don't lie. Seeing these type of people like and how they talk so negative just makes me stay motivated to just work on accomplishing something. Obviously, I do music, so try to build up a fan base. You're doing YouTube, but like it makes me motivated to not be a negative ass bitch like this. Just like, oh man, it's all like, and of course you're gonna have days and times, but you can't stay like that all the damn time, bro. That's fucked. And you don't want to. She shouldn't be she shouldn't be making a video like transferring that negative energy to other people. Just that right there, it's not good.
Well, it's also good to actually get a window into like this crazy thought process that permeates at least a decent amount of people on certain ideologies. It's like, oh, they're out there.
Like
I saw.
When I talk to these people, I'll tell them like, okay, yeah, you're right. There's some harsh stuff, but like, go accomplish something. People treat you better when you accomplish some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Go get some money. People treat you better when you got some money. It's
Here
simple.
comes the money. right, here comes Monday. Anyway.
Renderings of the world before, particularly in the final season. A non-optional moment worth an eyebrow raise is when Ten and AJ fight over a toy figure of a cop, and Ten explains that cops used to protect us. You, as the player, have no option to reject or disagree with the statement.
Why would you, then? Ugh.
Later,
And why would they put that in a game and fucking not sell shit when people find that out?
Yeah. Also, lady, I know you probably really hate cops, but yes, that is the cops. The point of the police's underlying purpose is to protect people.
No, listen to her gentle ass voice. She's a fucking first person to call the police.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't moving to a police-free zone anytime soon, honey.
Your choices, AJ might say he wants to be like another policeman or firefighter, and once again, you don't have any opportunity to challenge this. But he does.
He's a fucking kid. What are you gonna tell him? Like, hey, if you become a police, you're gonna beat other black people. Like, come on, lady.
As opposed to a supervillain.
Yeah.
I always feel like with these sort of people, we should just have like just be like, all right, do you want to live in the police zone or the non-police zone? Which do you think is better? And if she says the non-police zone, it's like, okay, we've given you a house there. Go ahead.
I've already said we should just take whatever the wildest state is, wall it off, throw all the fucking weirdos in there. Let's say,
yeah.
Just California, wall it off, throw them all in there, figure it out.
No, California's too nice. I get what you're saying, but
it's not, bro. It's hot as fuck. We're good, bro.
put all the crazies like in North Dakota or something.
Listen,
well,
it's
San Francisco is pretty damn cold at times.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've been to San Francisco. That shit's cold as fuck, bro. It might as well be Indiana with beaches, and we have beaches here.
We called San Francisco Mordor whenever we visited it because the whole rest of the area was all sunny, and then there was this dark cloud over San Francisco.
Well, that
and
then Sacramento, it's 110, bro. You don't need that much heat.
LA has like fucking skylines of just smog.
Yeah,
it's fire when it's not smog.
It's 110 degrees sometimes. We don't even need that, bro. Like, fuck that shit. Wall off California.
Melissa says use Mexico. They're already building a wall. LOL. Yeah, pretty much.
Mexico's gonna charge us if we for holding our criminals. Like, they're gonna charge us.
Yeah.
So we should just use California. They're falling apart.
Anyway, next.
Boom.
Being able to tell the good from the bad and knowing who deserves to be killed and who doesn't.
I know you want to be big for everyone, but you're just a kid. Like me.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare.
You're scared, just...
a kid, I know that it's not fair.
Yeah.
Like any other kid.
Wow.
So I'll help.
No, actually, kids act differently.
Yeah. Also, AJ isn't a typical kid, since the whole point of this season is to show that, like, hey, look, because for those who don't know, AJ was, like, captured by these assholes before the season began, and there's a whole series of flashbacks all throughout the final season that shows, like, Clem rescuing AJ, and AJ was, like, really fucked up and scarred from that. Mentally, it's like one of his earliest memories, and basically like most of the final season is Clem trying to like mold AJ into the ideal survivor of the apocalypse, basically. Because
you said all the police,
perfect weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
And firefighters died, so I'm gonna be a new one.
Oh no, that's not. Oh, how dare your son have aspirations of like wanting to do noble and heroic things? How horrible.
Well, this pisses me off that she's like vehemently against a black guy wanting to protect people, but I don't see these kind of complaints against a guy wanting to become a gangbanger. Circumstances dictated. He had no choice.
Nah, Dave. If a black guy wants to become a gangbanger, that means he's keeping it real.
You need to respect their culture, Dave.
My thing is this: even if she like thought this, like, and truly believed it, she should at least be saying, make the statement like, "Now, I'm not saying he should become a gang member either," but she's not gonna say that.
Nope.
Even if I don't get it just right, I am. Because all it means is killing bad people who hurt other people.
Son, I know we don't have the internet anymore, so I can't show you this video essay, but you have 3 hours to... Oh my god!
So, technically, please don't kill people. Like, that's actually not their job. Like, that happens on rare occasions.
Yeah, unless it's self-defense or something.
Or defending another person, but that's like, you have to get, like, high approval. And police don't even do it. They'll call them, like, a SWAT team to do a sniper and shit.
Yeah. Jacob says, you know what? Send all woke idiots on the island with nothing so they could be equal, yeah.
Good.
They won't charge us if we take them over, yeah. Take all the freaks from New York and California, yeah.
I actually said that America should be the only, like, we should just take over the world. Like, they all want our money, pay us taxes, and do what we say.
Fuck yeah. Anyway.
Like, I think I could be the best at killing bad people. Better than you even.
Not exactly a flex.
Yeah.
You're just a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. So he's a kid, and like I said, he's like heavily mentally scarred.
Yeah, that's
and
not
so it's like you kind of have so of course he's gonna think simply like this.
Yeah.
He grew up in a kill or be killed world too, so he doesn't view death as like the big, like, we're not living around death every day.
Right.
So it's like whenever you grow up in the zombie apocalypse and you're like killing raiders or like killing zombies all the time.
So this kid was basically like me, except it was the hood. But do you notice how he doesn't talk in like slang, right? He talks like a normal fucking person, right?
Right.
So this is literally how I was, and I don't know why. I was just born this way, and everybody was like, "You're a white guy because you talk black and all this, or do you talk white and all this shit?" So I was basically just like, this kid is basically me.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't want to be a cop just because I don't want to work for the government and like have to follow like all their like rules and get drug tested and shit. But I do believe in protecting people though. So fuck this trans person talking shit like this.
Yeah.
That's not the future I want for you. I love you too much, and I see you slipping away, getting more violent, more angry, more lost.
What's he supposed to do? Join the swim team?
Yeah.
Do you play basketball?
Well, to be fair, when Clem says this line, it's because like she's fearing for his mental state, thinks he's just gonna start killing people left and right. That's the point of that response.
You're probably better off being crazy to survive an apocalypse than to be insane, to be honest.
I won't let it happen. I need you to trust me, Clem. That I can tell the good people and the bad people apart. That I know when to use my gun.
I'll become a symbol.
And that you let me decide for my own.
As I talked about,
he just gets a Batman costume, starts like,
and then he just puts on the cowl. It's like da 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 da. Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Let's see here. We got Unknown Fury here saying, "Are you sure you don't like traps?" Yes, Fury.
All right, so remember we were talking about the communism shit, right?
Right.
Are they? She's still talking about that?
I don't know, man.
Earlier, that's literally beat for beat the propaganda that justifies police violence.
Oh, he's a fucking kid!
He
Christ,
hasn't heard any of the
woman.
propaganda, you idiot. Of course he's not falling for the propaganda.
Yeah, like the kid's
Hey,
like
look.
at least 11 or 12.
He also said he can tell the good from the bad. Trust him.
Mm-hmm. Trust me, bro. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
This
He
moment
just said that.
I'm pretty sure he hasn't fallen for police propaganda, considering he hasn't even known what the fuck a television or anything is.
Yeah.
particular, and a few of these other contentious mentions of the old world feel so strange considering so much of the series' content. And not just the first season, which I've gone over a lot, but various other moments in the series which open space for critique of the police, military-industrial, and prison-industrial complex.
Well, maybe it's not all one-sided, lady. Maybe, like, this should make you question your beliefs and be like, wow, even a kid who grew up with none of that, with no media or anything, and he still believes in these basic moral things. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it's not all propaganda. Maybe they actually do serve a purpose.
Again, she said another thing he shouldn't be doing without saying what he should be doing.
It's because she views every, and this is true with a lot of left-leaning creators especially, they're like, well, I am already right and in nirvana and in like all the correct ways of thinking and everything, so all media should just reinforce what I already believe. It's never like it. They'll say like, "Oh, media should have a message. Media should change people and stuff," rather than like play to their existing beliefs. But they never think they're the ones that need to change their way of thinking at all. It's always like, "Oh, this can educate other people who are lesser than myself."
Yeah, like, yeah, we literally ran into this with Emmeline, where she was like, "Oh yeah, Ashley holds these quote-unquote racist beliefs, but don't worry, I can fix her, I can educate her."
Oh, guys, I gotta go. I'll see you guys later.
See ya, Tyranno.
Tyranno just pulled a Shepherd. He's like, I should go.
I should go now. Yeah, right as I mentioned Mass Effect. Yeah.
No, because like it's night out and I'm.
Yeah, I know, Tyranno. We're just messing with you. Have a nice night.
No, I was gonna say the same thing. I gotta start recording music here soon again.
All right.
But I'll stay for a few more minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moving on, and we got Unknown Fury saying, "I think you're lying, and you love traps and trance." I'm not. Sorry,
I think
Fury.
he's going off the you're going off the Twitter clip, aren't you?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, I don't know whoever the fuck this is. Probably one of Ant's dick lickers. We got Jacob saying, "Of course she's anti-cop. Of course she is, Jacob." Anyway.
Pathetic, mindlessly violent cops in the prison van in 400 Days.
Yeah, the reason why this got... Yeah, like, she's literally overlooking the fact that this prisoner that he just shot was choking this other prisoner with his chains. It's like, I think he's well within his right to fucking kill the guy there, you know? Or you know, like, point his gun at him at least.
Mm-hmm.
To the villainous Carver and his settlement, a hardware store turned prison camp where inmates are trapped by armed guards with a penchant for hitting children and forced into labor. To nuclear family-obsessed ex-military David, who says things like,
"Soldier isn't a husband or a father. A soldier is a soldier. Nothing else."
Well, you gotta remember, David's a pretty fucking military-minded guy, so, you know...
David is also reflecting on his own weaknesses by saying that. He's not saying it like he's proud of it. He's saying like he's bad at being a father and a family man. He's acknowledging a character flaw.
And also, holy shit, how the hell is it that this woman is able to, like, fucking make me fucking defend all my least favorite characters in this series? I fucking hate David.
implying that soldiers themselves might be zombies as mindless killing machines.
Okay, lady, let me ask you this. Who in society isn't a zombie according to you? Because just about damn near everything's a zombie according to you.
Yes, exactly. We're all zombies in the machine, man.
So if she wanted to break it down further, I mean, it depends on the military and how they operate. There are some militaries that operate just like, hey, we tell you to go shoot someone, go shoot. You don't think. Now, the American military doesn't work that way. We get specific assignments, and oftentimes it's kill or capture. You know, it depends on the scenario. Oftentimes it's just capture, you know, so it all depends on the situation. So, no, not every military is, you know, I don't know why she would think this way.
And Tristan would say, but oh, well, the Navy are fucking gay, because that's just the kind of guy Tristan is. Anyway.
Synthesized at last through the racist, violent Larry being an ex-military, using military logic to
I like how she
create
still
a
calls
state
him racist as if it's like been proven at all, just because he used the term boy one time.
Yeah. Hey, little boy!
Of exception in which any asshole action he takes goes.
Why does he look like
And
a
this
fucking
guy raises-
demon?
What?
That guy looks like a fucking demon or something. What the fuck is
Yeah,
that?
yeah, it's just
A
the
lot of
graphics.
the facial expressions in these games are very exaggerated. Whenever they get angry, they're like,
Yeah, the art style is trying to like evoke the look of the original Walking Dead comic. Yeah.
get the fuck
Out of here! Yeah. Anyway. What do we else do we got here? We got Unknown Fury saying backseater, more like transeater. No, Fury, I'm not.
Wow, you're coming off as very transphobic right now, Fury. We don't tolerate bigotry in our comments section.
Yeah.
His daughter Lily, the army brat, to be the main antagonist of the final season. A woman who kidnaps, blackmails, maims, and forces children into being soldiers for her personal army. Of course, I've mentioned my critiques around writing characters like Sarah and Kenny, and this is another area where I'm not the biggest fan of how it's approached. Mostly from a game perspective, right?
That way, probably.
Yeah.
Yes, please tell me how I can do my job better.
Yes, oh wise woman, yeah.
The fact that I have little ability to challenge or express opposition to these viewpoints other than that one Comrade Lee moment from Season 1.
I seriously doubt that this was meant to be Lee advocating for communism. This feels more like Lee just being like a pessimist Debbie Downer who's like, well, the world wasn't all that good, or whatever the hell.
I think he's being a bit of a like devil's advocate. Like he's just kind of like, you know, she's got kind of a romanticized view, so he's just kind of like playing the other side of that. Like a lot of times people will say these sort of things, and then you ask them like, but you don't want like you're not saying that the old world was worse than this, right? And they'll be like, oh no, of course not.
Yeah.
They were just bringing up a counterpoint.
Fucking Falcon. Yes, Furry. He is very much into trans people. He talks to one every day. He also has the hots for Ant.
Who's trans that you talk to every day, Backseat?
I don't fucking know. What the fuck, Falcon?
Also, why would Falcon have a problem with talking to trans people? That's pretty bigoted, Falcon.
Yeah, because I know Falcon's a pretty big transphobe, so anyway. Jacob says, you gotta be shitting me. No, Jacob, she sadly isn't. Unknown Furry says, you right! Nah, he wrong. Anyway.
But perhaps, to be fair, this should be viewed through the lens of playing Clementine as a character. Sean Vanneman and Jake Rodkin talked about how in Season 1 they designed dialogue choices.
Who is that? We got James Michael saying, yo, what's up, chat? I'm a new subscriber and I love The Walking Dead on AMC. Thanks for streaming. Already liked. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you, Jamel Michaels. Thank you very much, sir. Welcome to the back seat. But anyway, next.
Not to give players the options to say whatever they want, but to say one of a few things that Lee as a character might feasibly do or say, depending on what kind of day he was having.
Well, yeah, Lee is still his own character, regardless of whether you, of you controlling him or not. Jamil.
Well, I just realized something pretty crazy too, though. Basically, she's basically saying this game isn't like DEI enough, and it's for sure made by DEI game devs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, how is it like? What more do you want? All the game devs believe what you believe, and they didn't make a good enough game for you.
Yes, it's not woke enough for her.
It's never
enough.
And by the way, so if we say anything about the game, we're chuds, and they gotta own us, own the chuds, right? But people on their side can go ahead and tell them, "Oh, you didn't make it woke enough."
Yeah, and in Dave's case, he's an Uncle Tom or a pick-me or whatever the hell. Yeah.
Well, it's a pick-me if it's a girl. Yeah, it's an Uncle Tom if you're a black guy. So yeah, you'd be an Uncle Tom.
Whatever gets me music streams and shit. So I really don't care. I have
bad publicity, still publicity. Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know if it's bad or good. I just I make music and gotta keep doing different things to get attention. So like I gotta pay bills. Black people don't pay my bills. I'm the only black person that pays my bills. So.
Don't necessarily think that this is a closed circle because our dialogue selections can influence our interpretations of Lee as a character. Does he have an aggressive dark side which led him to the crime of passion which he was arrested for? That's perhaps a troubling reading which encourages us to interpret Lee through that racist prism of the aggressive
it's not racist,
criminal.
It's based on his actions.
Oh my god.
You
yeah, how
that if he didn't kill somebody?
Oh my Christ on a bike. Like what, you want Lee to just be a giant cuck and just let his wife sleep with another man?
She wants you to judge him based on his race. She's not going to phrase it like that, but she wants you to view everything through the race, because normally if a person killed somebody, you would say, oh, they possibly have a violent side. But because he's black, she knows you can't say that in her society. So she's like, oh, well, that would be racist. It's like, no, it's actually racist to not say that, because it's perfectly reasonable to say that based on his actions.
Yeah, you'd be racist to think that white people, or if you thought black people were less violent or something, that would also be racist.
Yeah. It's just judge people based on merit. This is why they freaked out when Trump was getting rid of the DEI shit, and all he said was we're gonna base things on merit now. And they're like, oh my god, racist. It's like, how is that racist? Are you saying they can't win based on merit?
Oh, we got Jamil saying it is racist. Yeah, this whole fucking video is racist, Jamil. Yeah. Fanatic verse saying, I tried to open the Discord invite from your about section, expired. Oh, again? Alright. There you go, Fanatic. There's the new invite. And we got Unknown Furry saying, knock knock, who's there?
Black man
oh shit, it's a furry.
Oh shit, a furry anyway.
A sheltered middle-class academic who spouts Marx in theory but not in practice, or simply a naive liberal assimilationist.
Unknown furry says trans. Trans who?
What was his background
It's like
before
a knock-knock
he was
joke.
Yeah,
Who's there?
apparently.
Trans who?
Yeah.
Academic. These are questions that our very active dialogue selection might lead us to fill in our imagination in different ways. When it comes to playing as Clem, she was really, really young when this whole zombie apocalypse thing started, and her parents were middle class.
Hang on, Furry says, I just transitioned into your heart. So, does that mean that... Does that mean, like, I can use... Does that mean I can use you as, like, a substitute heart? Like, if I need a heart transplant or some shit? Anyway, that joke makes no sense, Furry.
Black and brown people, a doctor and an engineer. Maybe they had
Backseater,
liberal
once you get
sensibilities.
clips, whenever you get one of these trolls, you can just have the Herschel scene and just play it every time that somebody comes in here. Like, get the fuck out of here!
Yeah. Anyway, I gotta look into getting those anyway.
Would have voted for Obama and Kamala if they'd lived too.
What?
What about Hillary?
Yeah. No, she's white or some shit. I don't fucking know.
What about Biden? Oh wait, he's an old white man.
Yeah. Anyway, next.
Or a brown face on a genocidal state is something to celebrate. They did ask Clem to call the police when everything went down. Maybe they didn't teach her to fear the police, which they naively believed were there to protect them and
You
not
should
capital.
teach your kid to fear the police? What
Oh my god. Okay, well, what if someone's trying to bust your door down? Are you just not supposed to call 911 or some shit?
This person's like, you're terrible parents. I can't believe your kid called the police when that person tried to rob your home. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like she would actually have a lot more people
All right.
dead if everybody was taught to fear the police.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and hop out here, guys. I've heard enough of this. crazy
Dave has died of cringe, yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
hopefully, next Saturday. I mean, I don't know if you're gonna finish this or not, but yeah, I would. If you
We'll
let me know
probably
when you-
finish this next Saturday, yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to move on to something else. It's just she's kind of scrambling my brain with this BS.
Yeah.
But I'll catch you guys.
Alright, see you, Dave.
See,
And then there
I
were-
feed on the cringe.
Alright, Unknown Furry says, dude, it gone over your head, lol. And Falcon says, wow, it went over Backseat's head. LMFAO. What? What went over my head? I don't fucking get it. Maybe you guys just told a terrible joke. Holy shit.
She never lived long enough
They don't know either.
in that
And
old
if they,
world
although
to
if
see
we're wrong, I would love them to explain. And if they can't explain it, then they don't even know what the fuck they were talking about.
Literally, yeah.
the day a police officer would stare at her down the barrel of a gun.
They're
like a
DMing
zombie.
each other
In
right now. They're
season
like,
one,
what the fuck did
Clementine-
you mean by that, by the way? I have no idea. It's like, oh, yes, just say this.
Oh my god, fucking
He
pathetic.
often wonders if things will go back to the way they were before.
Do you think things will ever be normal again? Just like the way they were before?
And this wish should be seen as
Things
specific
aren't
to
the
her
way they were
circumstances.
before. You wouldn't even recognize me anymore.
Yeah.
Her life was largely comfortable before, and she probably didn't understand why other people didn't have it that way, or might not have even considered that other people didn't have it that way at all.
Hang on. Jamil says, no, it's how'd you get the name Backseater? Oh, Jamil, that's actually a really good question, and I'll answer that for you in the Discord, but right now I want to get through this video. I promise I'll answer that. Anyway.
So why wouldn't she wish for that? Of course, Civil War professor and comrade Lee might have taught Clementine something.
Oh my god, oh my god, she's really rolling with this Comrade Lee joke now, isn't she? Fucking Christ.
Like this.
People are eating each other.
But they weren't before. The banks, the politics, the crap.
But we'll never know. So, most likely, no one was around to teach her about the evils of the old world, which makes sense considering that, as far as we can tell, she lived a fairly idyllic suburban childhood. You know, she had a treehouse and a pool in her backyard, her parents hired a long-term babysitter.
Yeah, how dare she not be raised in a fucking communist household, yeah. Falcon says, I don't even know who this unknown furry is, but I like this person already. Yeah, sure, Falcon. He's totally not your alt. Because John, I know for fact Falcon has tons of alt accounts.
While I went on holiday.
Yeah.
And
Fucking
Clementine
punch
was
Falcon in the balls, yeah.
none the wiser that people were suffering on the other side of the white picket fence, the border, the ocean, to guarantee that comfort.
Does she want like the 9-year-old to be like, well, I guess I can't enjoy my life because there are people suffering in Palestine?
Yes. Oh, hey, man. Fuck.
Sure, maybe crazy guys attacked her dad sometimes, but some people are just crazy, right? Before the zombie apocalypse, Clementine might not have known, not as well as a kid like Violet.
Yeah, shaking my head.
You know, a kid who grew up in a trailer, whose dad drank himself into absence, whose grandma sat next to her one day and killed herself, whose mom couldn't hire a babysitter, and with a deadbeat husband and no one else to help her, tired from working 3 jobs, sent her child to a boarding school for troubled youth. We never really get to ask Violet these questions, but I wonder how she would answer them.
Well, I don't know, maybe you don't get to ask her then because, like, you know, they're, like, real touchy subjects to her. How about that? She doesn't want to talk about them? Dumb shit.
Does she long for the old world? It seems unlikely. While Clementine and Lewis easily dream up a mansion with a treehouse for their future home.
Some people have a shitty life even before the world ended, so the world should just end.
Christ, man.
Of the material privileges that they had before, Violet tells us that she can't imagine her ideal home.
I remember how Marlon described it. What we were gonna turn Eric.
What, John?
Said Mamba, because she's like, remember how Marlon described it? It's just like the member berries in South Park.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the way any of us pictured it. How did you picture it? I guess I couldn't. I just listened to what Marlon said. How it would be a home. A real one, but I couldn't really wrap my head around it. My family lived in a trailer.
Well, that actually makes me more interested in her dreams. By the end of the second season of The Walking Dead, things are looking bleak. No one can be trusted. Those you can trust die. No good deed goes
no one can be trusted. How can there be people that you can trust?
Punished. Every community you meet is either a eugenicist, fascist, militarist,
oh my god,
or a dysfunctional family hanging by an absolute thread. Why do these groups and communities fail? Almost consistently because of building what they have based on the ideologies of the old world. Carver's settlement is a prison camp.
You mean my first night in prison? It ain't a prison. More of a...
It's a prison, Bonnie.
Don't they do those in prison?
All previous comments rescinded, I guess, because 11-year-old Clem is woke enough to know that prisons are for exploiting labor. What the fuck?
She didn't say anything like that.
No, she didn't.
And the prisoners revolt. Crawford is a eugenicist hellhole.
No, it isn't.
Children, the elderly, and the
social Darwinist, maybe, but eugenicist, no.
Disabled are discarded. And it is precisely a pregnant woman who doesn't want to be forced into abortion that causes Crawford to collapse when she kills a doctor within airtight fascist walls, and the resulting zombie outbreak turns everyone. And this is just it, right? We are the Walking Dead. The threat isn't them, it's us. And walls can't protect us from us. In Season 3, the New Frontier is a colonial group which destroys and steals from other settlements, or else takes over them and their production. And by Season 4, the Delta Raiders, led by I'm not racist but Lily, falls apart because the people they try to recruit as child soldiers decide to fight back.
Not a racist,
like Crawford.
Yeah, apparently, yeah.
Like Carver's Camp and like the New Frontier, their own way of doing things leads to revolt from within and therefore their own destruction. A lot of zombie games reify the lone cowboy type. They avoid the communities they encounter because they all suck, so they go it alone, like Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us or Deacon and Boozer in Days Gone. This is all part of a trend of what we might call Western survivalist fantasies, texts which encourage comfortable Western audiences to imagine living in dire circumstances, particularly to imagine themselves as heroic or uniquely capable of survival or uniquely
People who live in the
moral
country are
compared
going to
to
be more
others.
capable. Like, I hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
They're already more self-sustaining than you. If they grow their own food and like have their own protection, they're already halfway there. I'm sorry that you live a coddled life and you would make it like a day.
Yeah.
While erasing the fact that others live in the very circumstances of poverty, houselessness, and violent occupation or proxy wars or natural disasters exacerbated by imperialist greed. Of course, these
Imperialist
cowboys,
greed.
usually men, are family-oriented, embodying the colonial masculinity of the cowboy, the individual freedom of the libertarian capitalist.
Yes, men are the
But
protectors. That
Telltale's
is their role. That's very true.
Yep. Sorry, lady.
You'd like
Walking
to deny
Dead
it.
tells us that neither the reification of the nuclear family nor going it alone are viable solutions.
reify
People
even
who think they
mean?
can make it on their own can't. Jane tries to
them like
hide it,
Disney
but it's
Star
her
Wars is
crushing
Rey, of
loneliness that
I don't know, man.
leads her to take extreme action at the end of season 2. And if Clem walks away, she says out loud,
Can't do this alone. Okay? Is that what you want to hear? Clem?
In season 3, Clem turns to the new frontier because raising a baby alone is too much, and in season 4, she finds
Oh, we got Unknown Furry saying, Backseater, how's your mom? Eating out of her pod instead of using a plate like a normal person? Yep, pretty much furry, yep.
both AJ and she can finally be taken care of. And just at the time that she becomes physically disabled, admitting to AJ,
It was
This
just
dude
you
fell
and me
for all the
alone out
clips,
there.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
This dude fell for all the clips that we've been releasing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, even though like I'm not even really bothered by them anymore and I like laugh with them now. So this isn't really a gotcha furry.
And they were mostly made by fucking Evan, who's like
Yeah.
who like even tells us about them when he clips them.
Yeah,
we
fucking
even set up the
great.
one and a few of them fell for it. They didn't bother to watch the whole stream, so they're
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, they were arguing.
Yeah, I heard your mommy slapped you. Yeah, then I slapped her back harder.
Ooh,
And I was
damn,
like
he won the
this.
slap fight.
Yeah, I won the slap fight, yeah.
I don't know if I'd make it 2 weeks.
it's a poetic
In this variant, Lewis can't speak.
I'm
synthesis
just
of the
picturing
series
like
anti-
fucking JoJo's only with Backseater and his mom is like, whoa, no, 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 no.
Oh, no, 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 yeah.
eugenicist themes. Clementine herself becomes disabled but continues to be a valued and protected part of the group, as do Lewis or Violet, determinant.
This variant, Violet's vision is at least partially gone, sort of unclear. I mean, no, it's pretty much gone, though, yeah.
Yeah,
choices.
Violet, what a loser. Anyways.
But none are characterized by disablest tropes as being burdens or being discarded by the group, or even, on the flip side, as being superpowered savants or athletes. They're going to need help now, and that's okay. The group is going
She
to
looks
have
like
to make
Zuko.
adjustments
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
for them, and that's okay. This is what makes Erickson different. It's a school for troubled youth. This group isn't just children who are already an oppressed and socially marginalized class in the old world, having little to no legal rights or autonomy.
Oh my god, Furry says, dude, that's very sexist of you slapping your mom. Well, she slapped me
On
first.
the
That was
contrary,
self-defense.
Yeah, and it's very equal treatment. He would slap a man who slapped him as well.
Yeah, probably, yeah. And we got Beef Jerky saying, "Hey, YouTuber you're watching is probably the average Jack Saint viewer." Yeah,
It's the
we
average
need to watch
Anthony
like,
Gramuglia viewer.
yeah, we need to watch like Jack Saint one of these days. He's really cringe and stupid.
Well, I
Yeah.
sent you a Jenny Nicholson video from. a
Oh yeah,
show.
we'll get to that come November. Yeah. Anyway.
Within our social structures, but specifically children who are perceived as being deviant in some way, in need of correction, hence shipped off to a boarding school, a prison of its own. The group includes poor, queer, or mentally distressed
Oh
kids
my
for the most part,
God.
that the school would have worked to shape into normative adults, as we
Yes.
can particularly gauge from the use of psych evaluations and probationary reports for each of these children. And, I guess Lewis is there? because he was a rich, spoiled child who calculatedly plotted his parents' divorce.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up for a kid to do, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, we got Furry saying, yeah, but a beta male like you shouldn't slap an alpha mom. Oh, so the alpha man just takes the slap and, like, not defend himself? That doesn't sound very alpha to me. And again, she started it, man. Anyway.
Because his
This guy
dad
thinks the protesters that get fucking beaten down after they shove into, ICE agents, he's like, oh, they were oppressed. It's like, no, they're just defending themselves. As soon as you throw a rock, that's deadly force.
Yeah, tell us, Furry, were you at the No Pings protest, you fucking loser?
That's probably why he showed up late.
Probably, yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna go walk around in circles on my Saturday, and that'll stop Trump from doing something.
Yeah, yeah, but you could still be the bigger man even if your mom slapped you. Dude, I'm not gonna take that shit lying down, okay? Fucking Christ, bro. Like, seriously, the fuck was I supposed to do? Just fucking laugh it off and pretend it never happened? No, fuck that shit. If someone slaps me, whoever the fuck it is, be it my mom, my dad, like John here, I don't give a shit. I'm fighting back. That is the fucking man I am. I am not going to just take shit like a little bitch. Jesus Christ.
Him have singing lessons, which explains why he looks like a Victorian ghost in the original sketches anyway. I mean, I guess he's
a Victorian ghost because he's white?
I guess. Sorry, hang on. The way everything makes sense when you know Lewis was originally going to be white. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Christ. So apparently black people can't be rich now.
Oh, because he did something evil, so that's the only reason that she was willing to insult him, because he was original.
Yeah, there we go, yeah.
She was like, because I thought it was a bit odd that she was criticizing a black character, and then I realized, oh, this is why.
Yeah. Let me guess. Yeah, well then why does she like Violet so much? Because Violet's white. Probably because Violet.
She's lesbian, right?
Yeah, she's a lesbian. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh, that's okay.
He's probably
sorry getting sidetracked by how honestly bizarre Lewis and his role in the story are to me. How is Lewis's role in the story bizarre? Lewis makes just as much sense as all the other kids at Erickson's. Like the fuck. Oh my god.
Troubled, but not really marginalized. He is a kid anyway. Right.
He's
so
just
Eric.
A kid. Yeah.
I'm just a kid and life is a nightmare. Like Christ.
Erickson is different. Or at least it has the potential to become something different. A place where these kids can build a home and make new rules.
Back then, there were all kinds of rules about who was innocent.
Yeah, Mom. Alright, thanks, Mom.
Who was guilty. It was complicated.
We have to decide things.
Oh, relax. I got it.
We can't rely on other people to make the rules for us.
I will. That's
and
much
makes
less
the world.
I will, and I just did.
Damn, he did it.
I did it.
Fucking
always be around.
Owned, yeah. And we got Furry saying, I sincerely don't believe that your mom just slapped you out of nowhere, dude. Oh, she did, but she did, though. Don't believe me? Ask her. Anyway. Ooh. Go ahead, dude. Add her on Facebook. She's on there.
It'll go away someday. Because the world goes in cycles, right? Ice Age, Stone Age, some other ages. So it's like that. This age will end. And another one will start.
An age without walkers, like it used to be.
Except Walker, Texas
the school
Ranger,
in general
still...
is a site of struggle, particularly
Yeah.
secondary schools,
Yeah, John, did you hear that the CW made a Walker, Texas Ranger remake show?
Oh, let me guess. Was he like race or gender swapped?
No, worse. They got rid of his entire supporting cast except Walker himself. Like, why would you do that?
Wait. So, yeah, because you had Wilford Brimley and the black guy.
Yep. Gone. Not on the show anymore. Just now. Nope. All of them are gone now for some stupid reason.
They could have had Chuck Norris be the old man role that Wilford Brimley played.
Yep. And then Bird says, I doubt I'm gonna take your word for it after she just brought you food. Yeah, she brought me food, like a good mom would,
You
yeah.
know, regular people get over shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
people have conflict and then just move the fuck on.
Yeah, that shit was water under the bridge now. Anyway.
High schools, where kids are getting older and more desperate, understandably, to exercise their agency, while school institutions work to repress those instincts and to discipline and punish children.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Ah.
What is this crap?
Schools are bad now because they don't just let kids do whatever the fuck they want. Some schools do that, and guess what? They have the lowest test scores, and the teachers get the shit beaten out of them because they can't fight back. And yeah, so yeah, there
the
are
kids
schools that
mention
do
a
what you
few
say,
times
baby.
that they don't want to run things the way adults do, with some of the graffiti around the school declaring that it's their world now and they make the
Kids
rules.
are better at running the world than adults. Like, Jesus Christ.
She probably thinks that, yeah.
It's like if only 18-year-olds were all the leaders of the world. Ooh.
Yeah. Anyway.
This hasn't always gone well. We gauge from the more troubling graffiti about the weak dying and the strong surviving, as well as Marlon's short-sighted leadership, the group's unsustainable way of doing things, like cordoning off the greenhouse and relying purely on fish and game to survive. But what will become clear is that this needs to mean rejecting the values of selfishness, capitalist individualism,
oh my god!
associated with the world.
So basically the entire, basically like everything that makes first world countries first world, you just want to do away with. That is fucking retarded, lady. John, get back here! Look at this retarded shit she's saying! Oh my god! Christ on a bike!
Built and ran, which the kids were powerless in. One of the positive qualities from the Go is that while the school conveniently has a gate and a wall, because it was a prison that they couldn't leave.
Was it a fucking... Oh, yeah, no shit, it's a private boarding school for troubled youths. Of course they're not gonna be allowed to leave, because they did something bad, unless they're not allowed to leave. Plus, they're fucking kids, and if they wander off the property... and they get fucking, I don't know, like, trip and fall and, like, get killed in the woods, like, well, it's the fucking school's fault then, and they're gonna get held liable. You fucking idiot. Jesus H. Lucas. John!
No one is militaristically defending their borders or refusing people at the gate. Sure, they're a bit skeptical of Clem and AJ at first, but when they need help, they're pretty happy to take them in. Marlon spins the eugenicist mouths to feed rhetoric on its
Oh
head.
my god!
You and AJ are two more mouths to feed.
John, get over this bullshit you just said.
Way of doing things like cordoning off the greenhouse and relying purely on fish and game to survive. But what will become clear is that this needs to mean rejecting the values of selfishness, capitalist individualism, libertarianism, and militarism associated with the world the adults built and
So basically, just get rid of everything that has to do with the first world nations, basically.
You got to embrace all the shitholes in order to make the world a better place. I mean, it is closer to how this world is because it's a post-apocalyptic world.
Mm-hmm.
So in that way, she's kind of right, but also, you should be striving for the capitalist first world nation status.
Yeah.
Ran, which the kids were powerless in. One of the positive qualities from the Go is that while the school
powerless, essentially, they're kids. They need to grow up.
Yeah.
Conveniently has a gate and a wall because it was a prison that they couldn't leave. No one is militaristically defending their borders or refusing people at the gate. Sure, they're a bit skeptical of Clem and AJ at first, but when they need help, they're pretty happy to take them in.
Well, they're
Marlon
fucking idiots
spins
because
the
if any group
eugenicist
came along and just fucking killed them, then they're not having any security whatsoever, then their retards are gonna die and instantly in that situation. They're just essentially very, very lucky.
Miguel, this Marlon spins the eugenicist mouths to feed rhetoric. Apparently saying it's like, hey, these are more mouths to feed is a eugenicist argument now.
If you value someone being useful at all in a society, you're into eugenics, according to this person.
Yeah,
You're
and
like,
if you
have to
care
judge
about
everybody
if you
equally,
care,
even if they're completely useless.
yeah, and if you care about making sure your supplies don't run out by bringing in too many people, then you're eugenicist now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Mouths to feed rhetoric on its head.
You and AJ are 2 more mouths to feed. Maybe you can help me feed the rest.
With slight variations on things like who survives your playthrough and the renaming of the school, representing the end of Erickson, the man who founded the school and everything he stood for, the game ends with the group spotting a caravan nearby and discussing wanting to make contact with them. Specifically, they're on their guard but cautiously optimistic, hoping they'll be open to trade and wanting to approach the group in a friendly, cooperative manner. This is a stark contrast to The Walking Dead TV show and comics, which more or less promote a military and police-run, thoroughly militarized, walled community as the solution to their problems, insisting that they have remade the old fascist world, but it's better now because they have some gay people and some brown people there, which the writers have killed.
The old world was not fascist. What are you talking about? Do you just think everything is currently fascist?
Unknown Furry says, it's good that your mom brought you food, dude, but I've heard a lot of things about you and it is not good. Well, everything you've heard about me is true. Except the parts that aren't, because those parts are jokes. Seriously, alright, but Unknown Furry, if I had to be specific, don't take everything you've heard about me seriously, because it's all just a big-ass troll. Anyway.
Yeah, a lot of the clips that are released, it's from us, by the way.
Right, yeah.
Off and replaced with new ones at a rate just slow enough that you might not notice. Encounters with new groups are occasionally good but usually bad, leaving the series on a much less hopeful note than the Telltale one. Robert Yates points out in his analysis of the Walking Dead TV show and comics that this resembles...
Right.
Who?
Yeah, I don't know. I just assume anybody that this person cites is a retard.
Yeah.
Contemporary gated communities, both on a small scale in the suburbs of American cities and in the broader sense resembling Fortress America, which maintains comfort and luxuries on the inside.
Defeat the tank.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's just funny to just call a boss just tank.
Yeah. Also, I have to say, like, the Fortress America sounds fucking badass, man. Yeah.
We call it Fortress America. We're gonna build a big, beautiful wall on both sides, and on the ocean, it's gonna be Fortress America. It'll be fantastic. No zombies will get in.
America, fuck yeah. I sincerely doubt that all the accusations of you liking underage fictional characters is not real. I've seen the evidence. Well, Unknown Furry, it's already been debunked. Knights of Melvin already debunked it.
Unknown Furry, if it's anything from a Discord, look, I am a heavy supporter of all the Gatekeepers Alliance people, and I was not in this Discord, so it's pretty easy to see that it's an AstroTurf thing. Like, they got some of their usernames wrong whenever they were doing some of those screenshots.
Yeah, apparently they called Tim fucking Chief Executive Spacer or some shit. Like, when has Tim ever called himself that?
Basically, anybody could try to make a Discord and then just screenshot their own comments and say, you know, it's easy enough to copy a profile picture, copy a name, which, you know, they failed at even doing that correctly, which is why it's so funny. And then just like say horrible shit, screenshot, and post it on Twitter. Like, what's to stop anybody?
Side at the expense of everyone outside, usually the unsavory, racialized, and working classes of increasingly gentrified urban neighborhoods, or the impoverished people of the global south under the boot of American imperialism, in order to maintain middle-class
the reason for all bad things.
Where?
urban American standards of living. Rick's group are in a state of exception because of the zombie threat. Therefore, they're justified in turning Alexandria into a militarized mini-state. This resembles securitization of the state, which I talked about before, and the narrative that the threat of terrorism justifies the increased hypermilitarization and policing of the US settler colony. In fact, Yates compares the ideal of the TV show and comics to its critique in the video game, pointing out Crawford is a well-guarded militaristic community which has leaned too far towards a form of violent, oppressive governance, as is revealed in a series of videotapes the player can discover. However, this gated community's perverse and extreme defensiveness was also its critical weakness. The communities we encounter before Erickson, which I'm now going to call Texas 2 because that's what I renamed it in my playthrough, unsurprisingly have carceral critical weakness. The communities we encounter before
Texas
Erickson,
2? Why? It's not even in the final season doesn't even take place in Texas. What?
Because she thinks Texas is like a super militaristic fascist state, and she's basically, yeah, she's saying like, oh look, it's another Texas. Oh my gosh.
We got Unknown Furry saying, but you can change your name in different servers. That doesn't mean you're innocent.
What? Oh,
No,
he's saying that I was in there.
No, he's saying that hey, all the gatekeepers changed their usernames after they got found out or something.
Just know this, dude. As soon as they were confronted with counter evidence and first of all, why would they change their name to something just like eerily similar? Everybody would think that it was anyways. But yeah, basically as soon as those people were confronted with the counter evidence, they immediately backed off all those claims and stuff because they were going to get sued for defamation, and they immediately stopped doing anything related to it.
Yeah.
That should tell you all you need to know.
Yeah. Also, debunk, I would not call it debunk. The video didn't debunk anything, dude, lol. But it did, though.
The screenshots didn't really prove anything if you're going to go with that logic.
Yeah.
Do you just believe any screenshot that you see?
Yes.
I
Falcon
guess.
says, all he did was get upset at pronouns, Lamau. Yeah, Falcon, it's his brand of humor, so what? And then, bullshit, that Melvin debunked anything. What? That Melvin debunked anything.
Well,
great grammar there, Furry.
Let's put it this way. Melvin brought a lot more evidence than any of the people doing accusations.
Yeah. And Falcon says, not you, John, backseater. What about me, Falcon?
No, Falcon, I'm saying the fact that I didn't know about it is proof that it didn't exist. I'm like a top-tier supporter of Melvin, Grizzy, Star Wars Marvel purist, and Grizzy even joked about this on a member stream. He was like, it's pretty strange that none of you guys knew about this supposed Discord. Because he doesn't even have one.
Yeah.
He's like, even though you're all my biggest supporters, he's like, if anybody was going to know about it, it would be you.
Yeah.
Backseater's too poor to be any of those things now.
Yeah. I can only just barely manage a tier 2 membership with Melvin and a tier 1 membership with Tim. I'm that poor.
Because that's what I renamed it in my playthrough, unsurprisingly have carceral and punitive structures too.
Hang on, Furry says, yeah, but just because you didn't see the proof, that doesn't mean it didn't happen. John, got a rebuttal for that?
Obviously they would have the Discord, Backseater sends Discord to everybody nowadays, but, usually the way these things work is if you're a supporter of a certain tier, you get the Discord link. So everybody would be involved at that point. How the fuck would I not know about it, or any of Grizzy's top supporters not know about it, if this Discord supposedly existed? It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Punishment and violence towards outside groups on the basis of resource restriction. But what we see in practice is that groups like the New Frontier hoard supplies in order to create a comfortable standard of living. So much so that they live in houses and eat creamed spinach and Black Forest gâteau instead of living off scraps the way so many others are. Then they deny these poor houseless others into their community on the basis that they supposedly don't have enough to go around. But they have plenty to go around. And of course, the idea that this punishment would de-incentivize people to steal is pure bullshit. If someone is starving and their only choice is stealing, they're going to steal, and they're justified in doing it. The answer isn't to punish, but to address the material condition of poverty. Ultimately, this very exploitation and violent carceral behavior from the New Frontier to Carver's Camp to the Delta Raiders leaves the exploited groups, survivors from Prescott, the prison laborers, and the prospective child soldiers, to revolt, and violent resistance is justified and necessary in order to break the violent structures that oppress them. Attempts at negotiations with all three groups, any attempts at trusting in or believing in their structures, laws, or rules are consistently and rightly revealed to be futile, even foolish. Stealing from and exploiting others is given the justification that these groups need to survive the long winter, but the violent punishment or exile of thieves, for example, doesn't help them survive, it helps them enjoy a better standard of living at the expense of others. There's actually a pretty great episode of The Wolf.
So you should just not do anything to anybody who does wrong, because then you're hurting other people. It's like their actions dictated this. Sorry, fuck around, find out.
Yeah.
Dead TV series that illustrates this by jump cutting between cheerily soundtracked clips of a character making a delicious breakfast sandwich with images of the violence and exploitation that his group, the Saviors, commit in order to guarantee the comfortable standard of living that he has. The same is alluded to.
Oh my god, pause to read this one! Oh my god, you should not be putting this shit.
Where they put it in, the liberals are infamous for in their memes, they put like whole paragraphs of text like this.
Yeah! Choosing to show you a similar contrast to the games that is showing you that episode of the TV show. Yeah, because why bother supporting your point here?
Standard of living that he has. The same.
This contrast is apparent here too, where Lily holds Clem and her friends prisoner, has just tortured Louis Determinant, and having now used the stick, is dangling the carrot. You can have a life of comfort if you just do my bidding and cause harm to others, or you can be exploited for my comfort. The twins are two sides of the same coin, two possible versions of oneself, based on how they choose to navigate life in the Imperial core. What? This doesn't prove anything. What the fuck are you on about?
Same is alluded to with the Delta Raiders in the game's final season. When Lily tells Clementine the parable of the twins, she talks about how the community has walls, solar panels, hot water, raises pigs, and grows corn, painting it as a place of luxury and comfort. She explains how Minnie was brainwashed by...
What, John?
She just said hot water.
Yeah. Falcon says, at best you can argue that the screenshots neither prove his innocence or guilt, since the names can be changed from server to server, but the shit you have said on Twitter doesn't help. What you said about the actress for Kid Leia, and what you said to Ant about not caring if kids get abused does not help you at all. Alright, Falcon, for the first part, I would then challenge you, please find a point on Twitter where I have ever just been simply backseater and not the backseater, because that's a pretty big fucking hole in your argument that depends on the screenshots being real, is my name being that. Second of all, this two shit right here was just edgy jokes meant to rile Ant and his dick lickers up. Christ on a
Did you guys never have like dead baby jokes in your high school? Because I had a shit ton of those.
Yeah.
It was always like Holocaust jokes, dead baby. This came up with the Vance thing recently where they're like, I can't believe he's talking about Hitler like this. It's like, bro, like people make jokes all the time. Like, you need to be a normal person.
Yeah, be a normal person and talk about dark shit, yeah. First far, and yet you say my grammar is bad, lol. What?
First far, whoever said that, I don't know.
I don't know who said that.
By the group and its comforts, while her twin sister Sophie refused to be fooled, recognizing and rejecting the violence it's built on. The torture, the systematic kidnapping and grooming of children into child soldiers, the perpetual war with outside communities. Clementine agrees with Sophie, saying to Abel, one of the raiders,
What kind of place is this Delta if they use forced labor to defend it?
In other words, oppressors maintain the comfort that they have through systematized violence, and if comfort is afforded to a few at such a great cost, it isn't fucking worth it. Sometimes the raiders try to...
Yeah, apparently it is, and I don't fucking know what she's on about.
The cost is just punishing people who did horrible things, so you just want to know accountability, which is pretty much what you've been advocating for this whole time, is that, like, if you're useless, you should be treated the same as a useful person. If you're a criminal, you should be treated the same as a perfectly law-abiding person, because I don't want any accountability for anybody, and I just want everybody to be treated the same regardless of their actions.
Find common ground by equating their urge to protect their home with Clementine and the other kids. But this is a false equivalence. The Delta Raiders have power and resources and enact systematized violence to maintain their status quo. Clementine and the other kids are forced to engage in violence to defend their home and resist being forced into labor and the military. In other words, if Clementine's group doesn't fight, they'll die. If the Delta stop fighting, the violence will stop. And yes, I do think this logic should be applied to other contexts, for example, Palestine and Israel, with Palestinians being Clementine's group, who notably also use guerrilla warfare, and the Delta being Israel, a colonial oppressor. The Delta's excuse
Israel was attacked, like, they didn't even start the war, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's ever told this bitch that.
No. Hang on, John, I am talking about him saying he would not care if the child actress gets raped and murdered. He said this. Yes, Falcon, that was an edgy joke.
Like a dead baby joke. Come on, Falcon.
Yes.
Don't tell me you haven't heard of those before.
Yes.
Sort of vaguely referred to war in the north with other raiders, but I don't
not
know.
Much, Jacob. Not much.
Propaganda to me. You
Everything's
know?
racist.
We don't have any.
Everything, whatever that quote is, the backseater always says from Anita Sarkeesian.
Everything is sexist. Everything is racist. Everything's homophobic, and you have to point it all out. Yeah.
I wonder, hey guys, instead of like trying to make that bullshit rumor about the Discord real, the two guys that haven't commented about the video again, what do you think about this video so far? You've been watching it with us.
Yeah, Furry and Falcon, what do you think? Yeah.
Reason to believe them, and even if we did, what they're doing still wouldn't be justified, and it isn't comparable at all to what Clementine and the others are doing. The group at Texas 2 goes from having a leader, Marlon, that secretly made the decision to trade...
Wayans.
Yeah, Marlon Wayans, yeah. Jacob says if she's still boring as Az would say, she's actually getting there now, Jacob. Yeah, because now she's just prattling off and I'm literally losing interest.
Well, I don't know, Backseater. I think she's pretty interesting. She really brings up your white privilege. And I just want to say that Anthony Gramuglia is one of the best creators on this platform, and you should stop being mean to him. He doesn't a kid now.
Oh my god.
Some of the kids with the Delta Raiders to approaching problems through voting and collective decision making. After AJ kills Marlon, the group votes on whether or not to let them stay. Not everyone is happy with the decision to kick Clem and AJ out at first, but the group works through the conflict to make the decision as a collective. And then they also kind of realize it was the wrong decision, and they take Clementine and AJ back when they need the help. When you've played the first 2 seasons of really fucking dysfunctional decision-making and group dynamics by selfish, depraved adults, these kids are of course not perfect, but they're a fucking breath of fresh air. Being with these
still stupid people, it sounds like. Universe says, I've seen clips of the video and the person's just saying bullshit, but that doesn't mean you're out of saying bullshit too. What? Jacob says, why do you sound like Anne? Because it's just a filter John has, yeah.
It also teaches Clem and AJ that they can't rely on only each other. Marlon says that maybe they could do with a break from each other, and indeed, as beautiful as this relationship is, Clem and AJ's hyper-reliance on one another and only one another creates a certain amount of dysfunction in and of itself. The entire burden of protecting
God, lady, get on with it!
When Clem is a child.
That what men who have the auto-cum sound like. Yeah, Furry and Falcon sound like they have the auto-cum, Jacob, yeah.
Herself, and confused. No one's perfect, and she isn't always right. The final episode, which flits between Clementine and AJ's perspectives, emphasizes this. So does that gameplay decision I talked about earlier with regards to the first season. You as the player are making decisions on Clementine's behalf, and you never feel like you're making the right choice. Equally, as much as Clem doesn't want AJ to grow up too fast, it's inevitable, and he is. Earlier, I talked about how a lack of control in Season 1 and 2 reflect Lee and Clementine's racialized positions.
No, it
in
doesn't.
Season 4,
That's been
Clementine is surrounded
debunked.
by peers, and this group of peers is threatened by a force.
Jacob says when Zootopia is released, they're gonna be, I'm gonna come! Yeah, that's exactly what Furry and Falcon are be. They'll be like, I'm gonna come! I'm gonna come! Yeah.
Comprised of adults that want to subordinate and exploit them. AJ, as Clem's dependent, is a character we have some but little control over. Clementine can instruct AJ what to do at times, but he can resist or disagree with these commands, expressing his own agency. A lot of this is in response to player input, the actions you have taken that are not direct instructions to AJ, but which AJ internalizes and responds to. The way children learn from what they see, perhaps more than what they're told. AJ increasingly wants to express his agency, and particularly in the final episode, as I mentioned.
Yep.
Mentioned before, if you
Probably
choose
like,
not
Clementine
to
should make him the leader of the group. He deserves it. He is like 8 years old.
Yeah, pretty much. Beef Jerky says Furry has backseater derangement syndrome. That he does, Beef Jerky, that he does.
Trust him to make the hard calls. He and the game tell you that you're wrong.
And you know what,
Further,
Beef Jerky Turkey,
gameplay-
since you said fucking facts, Beef Jerky Turkey, you have earned a invite to the server.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say gift card. Oh well.
Nah, I wish I could backseater. I'm gonna come. Oh no, bro, if you're gonna come, fucking come in a different room. Holy shit. Unknown Furry says, meanwhile, looks at a picture of trans Ahsoka. Why would I look at that? I hate trans people and I hate Ahsoka, so why would I do that? What?
I more hate people that convince people that they're trans, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you. I feel like the trans people are actually like the victims. Now, they're sometimes assholes after the fact, but I do feel like David Jaffe's son and shit are just like brainwashed people.
Anyway.
Sequences where Clementine attempts to do something and can't, so the player begins to control
Backseater, hang on,
AJ,
rewind
and
just a
together
minute.
they can accomplish these.
Not a minute, literally, but like 10 seconds or whatever.
Wrong. Further, gameplay
sorry, 10
sequences
more.
where Clementine
Right,
attempts
on.
to do something from what they see, perhaps more than what they're told. AJ increasingly wants to express his agency, and particularly in the final episode, as I mentioned before, if you choose not to trust him to make the hard calls, he and the game tell you that you're wrong. Further, gameplay sequences where Clementine attempts to do something and can't.
What's so weird?
It's like, so I'm not sure if this person agrees or disagrees with this. She's like, oh, it tells you that you're wrong if you don't trust AJ with everything, or if you do trust him or something. It's very strange. It's like, seems to contradict with what they normally say, which is like, just trust kids all the time. They should run the world and shit. So, I don't know, sort of contradicting themselves.
Oh my god, John, you want to know what the fucking whole shit behind fucking you want to know what John, you ever heard of this fucking stupid ass movie called Kiara the Brave? Holy shit, that movie was dog shit, bro. I gotta like look up fucking clips of that. Hang on. It's fucking bullshit.
And Furry, you still haven't given your thoughts on the actual video. Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, Furry. Come
Stay
on.
Subject. We're not here to trash on Backseater. We do that behind the scenes and in
yeah. Hell, even I do it. Yeah. This fucking shit, man. Let me look up a clip of like where everyone's all like, kids are cool or whatever the hell. Oh my god, I gotta find this shit. Okay, I can't find it. The trailer will do, because holy fuck. Oh my god, hang on. It's so fucking terrible, man. Hang on. Alright, here we go. Look at this bullshit.
Praise the new king of Dream Zone, King Maximus.
Oh my
This crown should be
That guy, this is the bad guy, by the way, and he looks like Jesus. Furry says, even if I tried to trash talk him in the background, he'll just leave and block me because he's a coward. When the hell have I ever blocked people? What the hell?
This throne should be mine.
Oh my god, the animation.
Capture the king and let's take him to the netherworld!
Oh my god, look at that marching animation! God!
What the fuck?
What? Yeah, hang on, sped up a bit, hang on.
Capture the king and let's take him to the
Oh my
netherworld!
god, this is made in like Saudi Arabia and it fucking shows. Whoa! Kill face!
What the hell?
Yes, what the hell?
Are they all Superman?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so. Oh my god, John, I legit remember seeing this as a kid because I was at the fucking daycare for like the summer because mom was so busy she just couldn't afford to have me at home all day, right? They had a built-in movie theater at the daycare, so when you get to when you're watching this, so the main not necessarily the main bad guy, but like the second main bad guy who looks like Jesus in this film. He creates the main kid in the film they call Super K, and the film in Saudi Arabia is actually called Super K because this was around the time where Brave released in the States and they wanted to grift off of that. You know, the Pixar film.
Yeah.
So they released it in the States to cure the Brave. So anyway, the fucking kid. So Super K is supposed to be like the ultimate weapon who will try to like destroy like all the good people on this planet or whatever the hell.
Damn.
But he ends up creating a baby, and he didn't mean to create a baby, so then he gives him to his two henchmen, not named, who are totally not Panic and Pain from Disney's Hercules. He gives them to them. They hate raising the kids. They fuck this kid. Let's send him to school for a whole bunch of super powered people, wherever the hell. And towards the end of the movie, all these kids are fucking retarded because then they do this stupid ass kids are cool or bullshit, and that really made me hate this mindset. This fucking movie made me hate that mindset. But anyway, then there's also like these two Hydra heads living in like a pool of shit or whatever the hell, and then like one of them raps and the other sings like opera music or whatever the hell. It's so retarded. Then, by the way, Super K has no idea that Jesus is his dad. I think Jesus' name is Dreadmus or whatever the hell. And then, okay, so this is what I was getting at. So the revelation comes, like, hey, evil Jesus is your dad. He's like, what? Evil Jesus is my dad? Which they totally didn't rip off from Star Wars, by the way. In the theater, young, 10 or 11-year-old backseater says, this is the worst movie ever! Just out loud in the theater. I was probably speaking for every other kid in that movie theater.
It might actually be, though.
Oh my god,
people
it's
say
so
that and it's
bad!
hyperbolic, but that looks so bad it might actually be the worst movie ever.
Yeah, we need to do a Backseat Boys watch-along for that or some shit, man. Unknown Furry says, to get back on your edgy joke, it's one thing to make edgy jokes, but actually say you would not lose sleep if a child got raped and murdered. That's messed up. No it isn't, because I'm just saying it. Come on, I'm not, do you honestly think I actually feel that, Furry? Come on. It's called
Put it this way,
kayfabe.
if Backseater was standing there, and, that was actually going to happen to a kid, do you honestly think that he would just stand there and, do nothing? Because I'm pretty sure even if he made that joke, even though he made that joke, rather, that I would trust him to, stop that.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words, after all. Furry says, I've heard of heavy jokes of that, but they're not sincere about actually doing it. Well, good thing I wasn't sincere.
Why do you think he's sincere? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's very hard to detect sarcasm in text is pretty much your only excuse here, dude. Like, you know, if you hear people say things, I know it's, like, easier to tell.
Right. We got fucking Furry saying, it's not mess up. Wow. I didn't say that.
I think you just didn't pick it up on the mic, Furry.
Yeah. Jacob says, what's going on? Oh, nothing much.
Hey.
Yeah. Guess who joined the Discord? I saw Jacob. It was you, yeah.
Discord.
Discord, don't fuck with your Discord. Anyway.
So the player begins to control AJ, and together they can accomplish these things, emphasizes that Clementine needs help too, and AJ can be trusted to give it. Like any parent, Clem needs to begin to see AJ as her equal and to trust him, both for his sake and for her own. In turn, Clem and AJ encourage the group at Texas 2 to rethink their way of doing things, particularly rejecting Marlon's approach and encouraging everyone to see that you can't negotiate with an oppressor, in this case,
we don't
the
negotiate
Delta,
with terrorists.
and any safety or peace that's obtained through such
Fat
negotiation.
kids should die because they're fat.
Ruby actually makes it to the end of the season, John.
I only played this one once as well. I only played, actually, everyone other than Season 1, I'm pretty sure I've only played once, because I got the collection after Season 1.
I think the final season's the second best season of the show.
I would agree with that from what I remember. I remember the final season being pretty solid.
Pretty kino, yeah.
Is not safe in the long run. They will come for you eventually. Clem and AJ encourage the kids to fight, and
I'm gonna come.
Eventually, they defeat this force, dissolving the borders of the so-called safe zone. Not only rejecting this border system, but rejecting its faulty premise that
she took that as you're rejecting borders. She's probably gonna be like, and that's why ICE is evil.
Probably, I don't know.
Borders ensure safety. And this final season approaches the theme of violence in nuanced ways, which comes to a head with the character of James, whose pacifist ideology of never hurting humans or walkers results in an aggressive outburst if he survives. James, like the New Frontier before him, attempts to separate Clem and AJ, insisting that Clem...
Yeah, pretty much. Furry says, what I am trying to say is those jokes do not help your case. Well, for a good thing...
Regardless of what you think of the jokes, you shouldn't just believe fucking screenshots that people who don't like somebody post on Twitter about them.
Yeah.
Like...
It's
just about gullibility, dude.
Yeah, Furry is hashtag gullible.
Clearly can't raise AJ right, but he, James, can. Like, he says this as he is physically attacking and threatening AJ, then he blames Clem for any violence that AJ commits to defend himself from Lily and from James. This behavior again evokes the attitudes that normalize the state's separation of black, brown, and working class families, painting Clem as an unfit mother, and James, who hasn't even been around people for years, who is literally...
Oh, and Jacob, what case? Oh, the case that says I'm a pedo when we all know I'm not.
Characterizing AJ as a bloodthirsty monster, as a superior potential parent. But it also shows that non-violence under neoliberal premises is often another kind of violence in disguise. I mean, even regarding the walkers, James' philosophy runs into the same problems. He thinks they're peaceful compared to humans, but this is fundamentally untrue, as the only way he can prevent them from hurting people is if he traps them in a barn, like a cage or a prison.
Oh my god. Furry says, if someone screenshots of someone having discussion about doing things with underage people, I'm going to believe the screenshot unless it can be proven to be tampered with.
Dude, you are so gullible. Holy shit.
You literally are, Furry. Holy shit.
How do you not realize how easy it is to fake a screenshot on Discord? I can literally just make a Discord person, copy a profile picture, which is very easy. It's available in public. And then just type some horrendous shit. Like, what if I just made I could make a Melvin profile right now and be like, Kamala Harris was so cool, I can't believe evil Orange Man is in office, and be like, oh my god, Melvin's a secret liberal. Like,
yeah, because we all know it's totally in character for Melvin, it's for Darth Melvin to be, like, in favor of Kamala Harris or Democrats in general, yeah.
Which, that doesn't seem like a great existence either.
I don't
Violence
either,
is never
Jacob.
justified to him, but he will villainize those using violence in self-defense more than those who create the violent conditions that necessitate that self-defense. In season 2,
self-defense.
Yeah.
Clementine was simultaneously marginalized as a child and adultified by the group, who used her but never listened to her or paid attention to her needs. Here, she is an equal amongst her peers, who she can influence, but who can also resist her or express agency against her to some degree. Certainly at the start, this group has some amount of power over Clem and AJ by the mere fact that they have resources that the two of them need. But other than what they later accept as a mistake of kicking Clem and AJ out in episode 2, they never wield this power to exploit the two of them. The game's more or less singular ending, with variations about the fate of Violet, Lewis, and Ten based on player input, means that no matter how the player influences Clem, even if these kids don't always like or agree with what she says or does, they're her family now. None of them by blood, all of them by choice. This theme of found family, which the devs talk about in their commentary on the final season, is definitely a theme throughout the whole series, which reaches its final synthesis here. Even A New Frontier, a season which follows Javi and his family, twists the nuclear family around, with an emphasis on collectivist cultures like the Cuban background of the Garcias, where extended family and friends are part of the structure. David, a violent, failed patriarch like Kenny before him, is contrasted with the roughly stitched together family unit of Javi, Kate, Gabe, and Mariana. Kate isn't related to any of them by blood, and Javi is Gabe and Mariana's uncle, not father. But in the end, Javi and Kate are the parents that really mattered. Lee isn't Clem's biological father, but in this world, he's the family that means the most to her, and taking care of Clem becomes his reason for living. Clementine struggles.
Yeah, pretty much. Jacob says, did this case start with the auto-cum idiot Anne who thinks Angel Reese is sexy? No, Jacob, it actually started before that, and we think it's by some asshole named Evil Kirkar, and possibly even Jacob. Who knows? Maybe Jacob actually is Evil Kirkar. We don't know.
To find a family in season 2, but then she finds AJ, who becomes her reason for going on as well. Nevertheless, like Lee before her, she struggles to raise AJ alone and turns to the New Frontier for help. When that plan goes bust, she eventually finds herself at Texas 2, where she finally finds the people who will love her back, who will take care of her and AJ as much as she takes care of them, a place she can call home.
Are we done now? Oh my god. Alright, John, do we want to save this for next time, or do we just want to stop right here?
I think, do we want, how much is left? It's a little bit under a half hour.
Half hour, yeah.
I would say we can either finish it up now as like go through it, or we'll leave it off completely.
Nah, I say leave it off completely, because I guarantee you there's nothing in here that's gonna be as crazy as what was in the prior shit. Now it's just boring the piss out of me.
Yep.
Oh my god, wow, what a fucking waste of energy and brain cells this whole video is. Holy fuck.
But it is educational. You see how crazy people on this side actually think.
Yeah, yeah.
We saw that everyone's a fascist in the other video, and in Jesse Gender's Andor video, and now we've seen that everybody is a race of some sort.
Yes.
All the time. The most racist person ever.
Yeah. Jacob says Jacob is a disgrace to the Jacobs. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, anyways, guys, that's gonna be all for this fucking stream. So if you guys enjoyed the stream, please give it a thumbs up, comment below to follow me, subscribe to more videos like this, and we'll see you guys next time in the backseat. Take care.